The lies, well, how do they taste? Am I stronger living in the waste? Yellow dust fills my outsides rust, a slave to lust. How long is forever? Should I count the days? We can tell that's together, or just melt in its rays. Would you run from the light if you had a chance to save life? Oh! Were we bred to die here? Take what you need and don't turn back. A million eyes into the black. As the sun goes down, I don't need you around. Torn apart and cut in two. You had me and I had you. There is no sound as the sun goes down. There's a part of it buried in your spine. Red lights flash in the gray, let it invade your mind. Were you there to embrace the light? There's a part of it buried in your spine. Red lights flash in the gray, let it invade your mind. Take what you need and don't turn back. A million eyes into the black. As the sun goes down, I don't need you around. Torn apart and cut in two. You had me and I had you. There is no sound as the sun came crashing down.
Alright, hello and welcome everybody. We have a little delay in our organization, but I don't think that should be quite an issue. We already got some players joining in now. And I want to welcome everybody to the stream. I think we directly hop into our games, and also welcome to the Twitch chat here. Yeah, let's just jump into the call back again and see who's there, see who can fill up the teams so we can get a few games starting. Alright, good, we're back, and stream has started, and, well, three and four people in every team looks good already. So again, for those who are already in here, just feel free to fill up the teams, and keep sort of a team comp in mind. Let's just craft something that could work together, and everything should be alright. Also, it's not forbidden to talk as well, especially since our fellow co-hosts are currently in, well, yeah, just busy with recording their podcast.
It must be a long podcast.
Yeah, honestly, I'm quite surprised because they were starting like way over an hour ago.
Any Tempest for the red team?
Or at least, for example, support. Jesus here.
I will switch to support.
Ah, alright, good.
So
Yeah, technically any side notice as well, for example.
Yeah.
But also, let's just get a quick invite link here. Oh wait, was there a permanent one that we've posted? Yeah, here. Yeah, site or just for now any players at this point, but red team could definitely need side node if log, for example, would change. But just gonna post quickly the Discord chat link here, because then if we can get the teams together again, just join the voice channels down there, and everything should be fine.
I'll pop to the red channel below then already.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. See you. For organization and being present is mandatory for organization. So sorry for the low energy opening, but if there's anyone that would want to join the blue team, because right now pretty much anything could fit in, although we see a surprising build here from Lorena, but let's see if there's something maybe to round this sort of weird comp approach off. Because they got some side pressure, the team fight is looking a little bit weak for now, but maybe there is someone who would want to join. Let's actually see who's here. Nick, we see GoTap. And again, it's open for everyone to join here. Oh yeah, so there was a question here. I just gotta check if Seal is in here or not. Okay, he's not, so I'll just quickly type in chat. I have speech problem. Do I have to join voice? Ah, beautiful Jesus here again. Leads back stacking. So yeah, that's just the info. That's sort of like the balance approach, so that we don't have to stack classes very hard, but yeah. Oh, welcome Rezia to the stream. I just hope we can get the 5th member here for the red team. Maybe someone even like Benzo could join in. Can someone have a red team mat? Well, honestly, to get the game started...
I mean, I will probably fuck up the comp, but I will go on the red team as Tempest.
Yeah, alright. Just so we can get the game started right away. So my fellow co-hosts who have been slacking can join in later. Yeah, since you all should be in one team, you can now join the blue team channel, and yeah, for those who are left there. And maybe we get the game started then. So, Emma, blue team. Oh, it just looks like Arcos is the only one speaking so far. Lorena has to go there as well. Jesus. I'm not sure if Jesus should actually join that chat or not, since he's most likely a source of chaos, but honestly, let's look now over the blue, over each team's build. We see a reroll already coming out from red team. Hopefully just a reroll. But oh, nice to see that actually. But let's save that for when everyone has joined here. Or we should maybe go over the blue team's build so far. Also, welcome to the stream, Dante. And yeah. Also, I hope the entire audio and everything is all right. Maybe search for a different type of music though. Because honestly, would be nice if you give your input on what could be fitting for the background music. I guess this time we'll try a new, no copyright sounds approach. But let's actually start with looking at the team comps here, get the official cast going, since I'm solo right now. So first off, we have Emma's Theory Crafted build here. Interestingly enough, with Rune of the Chronomancer here, he's trying to get Condi Reaper to work again, which we've seen in POF, but he's actually more of a side note player actually, even though he plays Necro. He really loves the kiting, has a very unique playstyle. Then we got Garcus running the Condi Thief here, pretty standard, running Rune of the Lux. Then we got the Decap Scrapper, a very, very nasty thing. with tons of CC, and it wins its 1v1s basically through pushing the enemy off node the entire time. Then the funny troll build coming out here from Lorena, who's running this pretty much pure one-shot. We will see a lot of meme action here potentially, but also maybe some unexpected or more expected deaths. And then lastly, Jesus on duty is right now playing with Protection Engineer here, however, picking up the Berserk Amulet, looking to get a decent mix of defense and offense. Red team is currently re-rolling to get a decent comp. So now, if we look at the Red Team Warrior, it's a really interesting support variant that people figured out sort of in the 2v2 and 3v3s. It has the battle standard with good rest power and then just a lot of cleanses and some barrier. It's a weird support, but actually it's kind of fun, and it's very self-sufficient and can sustain itself quite well, but not offer the best peel like a Tempest, for example, with aura share and a lot of heals. So now, classic Nate's Hollow here coming out from Katsu. We got Seal Red on a power Shadow Arts Daredevil. However, he's running Escapist Fortitude, dropping down to 13,600 HP. Quite risky, and I don't feel like... I mean, I would definitely run with the low one there. Then Tricon picks up the Renegade build. I think it has established itself quite well. The 7-shot on it has an insane power scaling. It's an established powerhouse at this point. And lastly, we got a core Bunker Guardian. So, in my opinion, Red Team has a pretty decent setup, honestly, because like the Spellbreaker can offer... Like, there's the Thief Hollow synergy. We got a Renegade as well. They got a decent side node here with this. And the cool thing about Warrior essentially is that he can really stall fights and nodes. However, he doesn't have the pressure to push people off in any way. And yeah, blue team is essentially matching that with the D-Cup Scrapper, who... Oh, okay, it's not a D-Cup Scrapper anymore. The D-Cup Scrapper technically is a favorable matchup into this Guardian, for example. Simply because usually it just has a little bit of stability here. But it looks like this Guardian hasn't picked up any stability so far. So technically that could be a nice counter pick here. But also, interestingly enough, Jesus on duty picks up here the Berserker Amulet and Rune of the Doryek for his Protection Hollow. So Protection Hollow is usually a nice Condi counter pick because of this trait right here that we see, which converts conditions into boons, or at least here removes them. Whenever protection is applied, then protection is more effective. Shield skills get buffed, and it's a good amount of sustain in this thing, especially with increased healing power and everything. But yeah, let's just tell them to ready up. Oops. Oh shit. I actually misclicked right here, but nothing scary. All good. Just for my streaming setup here. So yeah, I just hope that they ready up here. Oh, and we see the swap coming out to the Crypt Scrapper eventually, or a weird hybrid here. The thing is, Decap Scrapper specs into tools instead of explosives to get the Gadget Near trait, which decreases the cooldown on the Battle Ram, and another knockback skill right here. So they did not pick that up. So that means this one is essentially less effective, and he doesn't have the mines. So let's see how that works out, because technically this could be an interesting adjustment, or it could just be not too much of everything and therefore not quite as effective. But Red Team is yet again going for, well, another reroll. And yeah. Okay, Helden coming in. And Crayola is also back here. Not sure if they already joined the entire thing. Nope, they're still not present, but yeah. Let's hope the Red Team rerolls fast. Okay, so technically have to check if it's DC or reroll. We got some slight of slacking here at the beginning, but I hope that will be fixed quite soon, because moderation is a big hassle. But yeah. Oh, okay, so it looks like red team needs another member right now. Or never mind, coming out right now. But yeah, it would just be great to get the team started here. Although, okay, so blue team is complete in the blue team's channel. And they should be fine as well. Spurs, okay, so Tricon should technically come back. Hopefully, soon. Soon, TM, just like alliances in World v World, but who knows? Yeah, some people are already getting some people are already getting quite impatient. So am I. But let's hope for the best. Since Tricon is joining in now, actually, match started. Let's get into the actual casting and have our first game of the day. So yeah, let's just check out how these teams actually split here, because in my opinion, red team has drafted something really solid, in my opinion, and blue team went for a quite unusual meme approach with how, which was criticized, but we see the Bunker Guardian heading too close, and red team stuffs up right here. I'm actually curious what the Scrapper has picked up here. So he's currently going to his home node, picking that up, even though he might have the better matchup into the Core Guardian. So he should push far probably. But now it looks like G's on duty so far was pressured here by the Holosmith. This teamfight looks overall fairly split. So let's see if any people are isolated, because Emma is just really sitting on these no port spots, really happy, not isolated, but Lorena, with her super offensive build here, is dropping pretty low, and she might even have to disengage, although defensive cooldowns like Obsidian Flesh are available. Good juke here, and another Lightning Hammer picked up, and with that huge power threat, let's see if she can get something done. But Tricon had a great pull here onto her, the taunt, essentially. And with that ability and on more CC coming out, they actually managed to pick up the kill here onto Lorena, and with that, red team should potentially snowball this node. The good thing here from blue team, however, is though, after the decap came out, Jesus on the duelist build went to the far node, which the Nate Holosmith has to answer now. However, surprisingly, there was a lot of counter pressure from blue team, and they managed to down the thief here. Kill that should not happen right away, but it looks like blue team is really into this now, since they basically have middle for free. A 1v1 is taking place, and we see now blue team members potentially pushing onto this node, although it's a Bunker Core Guardian, so that's, well, a tough one. Good thing though, Lorena and Torben with the synergy getting a pick here, but the Core Guardian is attempting the rest right now while the Necromancer is picking that up for free. Actually, let's go into the better perspective here. I'm sorry for that, since I did not see in time, but now Phoenix is looking to get a decap here onto the Bunker Core Guardian, and the question is, if Lorena should +1 that long enough so that they pick up the node and then Torben can fight in a favorable matchup, or if she leaves right away. But let's look how the action has shifted here on the red team's home node, as they're trying to get that back here, because right now red team needs to get some kills and potentially win a team fight so that they can really snowball this map, because their comp is arguably fairly slow, with the exception of Thief and maybe Hollow here, but it looks like Locke's providing a good amount of support here. That Spellbreaker build is really something neat, especially that heal skill, for instance, which can give people 2 dodges. But right now it looks like now that they picked up this node, they're aiming to pick up middle. Zerath decapped that for free, very good move here, and Lorena got picked off by the Holosmith. She's running something super squishy. However, Tricon, he had to sustain this for so long. However, the question is, if Lork has a Battle Standard available, it's a few seconds, but if he attempts this rest and actually gets us here, this will be quite big. A Thief 1v1 is taking place in the middle node, but right now Jesus is there with the CC. However, Lork managed to pick up Tricon here, and the banner is there as well. So red team, they can really stall this out for quite long. So maybe blue team should just honestly leave this right here, so because it will be very hard to get a kill in. However, Garcus is now coming in for the +1. Tricon very pressured. Contact Thief is a good reply into that Conditioned Renegade. However, Locke right now, he has to pull the banner. However, Jesus, with the CC coming out, he actually interrupts that banner, and this is so huge. Great play by them, but they invested so much into that, essentially. So let's look how the map actually developed for that, because Hollow picked up middle for free, and the However, a very good thing here to mention, we were kind of curious about it, is the 1v1 matchup between the bunkers. However, Torben is dropping very, very low here, but he manages to keep the node the entire time, mainly probably due to his RAM. But now the +1 from the Holosmith is coming in. He has to leave this node or he will die. However, Skyhammer was just capped by the blue team, and that just makes their cap a little bit longer. Surprisingly, blue team are very much into this. Garcus attempted the Shadow Refuge rest here, however, condition spike. He still wants to get that Guardian down, but he has his renewed focus available, and at the same time, no one is contesting it, so he goes back to group up with the lead arena and potentially get a pick here. Emma is by himself. He really needs to get to these no port spots. Great job jumping onto this jumping pad here by him, so that he gets instantly ported up, or boosted up, while the other ones are jumping down, so now he can potentially take that jumping pad, kite back to a no port spot, and yeah, get out of the focus, but because right now blue team members are rolling into middle. 4 of them are here, and Tricon is dropping very low again, and the Holosmith was even picked up off node. The thing is, red team got their home node for it, but the core Guardian roams, they're not paying off, and he now even pushed onto the far node, and honestly, it's just 2 bunkers into Jesus right now. Jesus, he loves that. Even though he's running Berserkers at the moment, he's on Demolisher. He has a lot of CC, and they don't have enough pressure to really get him off, except for the CC. Like, damage-wise, he should be fine. However, 2v1, it can't go on for too long. However, Lorena coming in now with the power spike. No one dropping super low though. It's super sustainy builds here. However, Jesus now picks up the memes with the hammer. The 4 skill, not quite connecting a lot there. The static field is available as well. But I feel like, Jesus, this is such a free 1v2. Let's look at what blue team might miss out on because of that. Because right now, red team, they have the opportunity to plus middle, and Hammers in play as well. But it looks like Thief 1v1 came out here. Garkos very pressured by Zeroth. He manages to connect the Heartseeker, and with that they pick up the kill. This is quite good for red team, but the notes are ticking against their favor, and I'm not sure why the Holosmith wouldn't pick up the Skyhammer, contesting into that. I mean, Phoenix would follow, but the Thief is there to decap. I mean, red team, they really need to get a quick kill here onto Torben, because the notes are ticking against their favor. The notes are ticking not into their favor, and if we look over here, quite detrimental incident happening here, because Lorena and Emma, Condi and Power Duo, picked up 2 kills here on the two very sustainy red team members, and with that they're now looking to +1 into mid, and they might pick up a triple cap here, and Jesus is actually there to defend. No one is contesting far from the red team to sort of get some map pressure back to that any of the blue team members would have to reply, because it looks like red team technically they can really match them technically in a team fight, but blue team is just smart at out-rotating pretty much, or like getting node pressure done first, then getting a pick and totally snowballing that. So red team really starts to come back. Tricon is outnumbered for quite a while here, but it doesn't really generate any value, because his team members, they were outnumbered for so long. And good move here by Lork, not again going into that quite unnecessary matchup here with the Bunker Guardian. He wants to be by himself. There's no need to peel for him. Now Garkas dropping down. However, Skyhammer is picked up, and Phoenix attempts the rest here, and he instantly gets it. Great that he pulled up the projectile defense. Not sure if that Shadow Refuge there was necessary, but now red team picks themselves up a kill onto Lorena here. However, Emma is there with a Condi pressure, and now Garkas and Phoenix are rotating in. He's dropping down as well. Let's see if they can actually turn this, because they're looking fairly brutal, and the kill is coming out onto the Holosmith here already. He goes down, and Zeroth leaves already. The Battle Standard not able to rally that kill here, because he was dropping solo, and poison was applied, and that negates the 100% heal aspect technically. So not enough to rally that down here, and now he's attempting the hand rest. However, Emma just has a little bit of Condi damage, and with that they're actually picking that up because he could not cleave that in time. However, Garkos was now picked up by Tricon here. Great job by them, but the Skyhammer is in play, and blue team had such a massive point lead because red team really struggled to get any kills to break that snowball and basically come back from this with team fighting. Playing a team fight comp on the map such as Skyhammer is honestly something quite hard to do essentially, because good kiting and good roamer play can really make the difference here. And now Emma is being picked up for the red team, but we have to look at the rest of the map. Lorena is kiting out now, because blue team, they just picked up themselves up the middle node, and they're so close to these 500 points that it's not going to matter right now. Skyhammer is in play, the Thief 1v1 is taking place on there now, and Sirath actually drops down, but the Bunker Guardian is there, and with that, Thief has no chance of contesting that unless someone jumps down. Also, a blue team member, Lorena, is pushing here onto their home node, and it's just looking to be over quite fast here. So Hollysmith right now is just kiting over here, and my camera bugs out again. I love to see that. And Spurs is now looking to defend his home node here, as Sirath is already being picked up by Lorena and Garkas with insane burst damage. He attempts the hand press actually, surprisingly, but technically the hammer is there for a lot of power damage that we see coming out here. And then again, Garkas really has these pistol freeze connected them, applies a good amount of condi pressure here, so Spurs has to give up his node here. And with Katsu bleeding out on that node, this could look good for red team. However, just technically, if blue team wouldn't be so close to these points, and Tricon is not in the most favorable matchup. He technically wants to team fight. So let's actually look at what's happening here, as Locke is stalling out these 1v2 fights. This is great for him. His build is able to do that, but he doesn't have the pressure to get the node back, so he relies on a +1 essentially, and sort of more team fighting and stalling, essentially stalling orientated here. Now blue team picked themselves up that node, and yeah, with that we don't see it, but technically this game should be over quite soon. The peel coming out now from the Hollowsmith, and Locke is surviving just barely. He's dropping very low and drops down. No one's clearing so far, but with the knockback now, blue team has this game in the bank essentially. The gyro stomp coming out, and yeah, with that we had an interesting game start, because people were complaining about troll builds, but the troll builds actually seem to have outplayed this sort of, honestly, a pretty good comp, but maybe not for this map, because their team fighting could be pretty decent with the heel breaker. We saw that actually recently played in yesterday's MIT. It was quite fun to watch. Ultranon played that, for instance, but
Hello.
yeah. Welcome back to all the players. First match of our day will go to blue team here, with a quite interesting approach. So yeah, welcome to everyone joining back in here.
Honestly, I got carried.
Yeah, better programmers do shit with fucking trade. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of needs to be traded right to really make the difference in terms of cooldowns and everything.
Literally has a 5-second cooldown and instant cast. It's so broken for trades.
I know, right? But again, it's a free to join match this time. Just gonna type that. Although pretty much everyone should be present in the call here. Quickly.
I just feel like giving cancer for one round and playing decap scrap. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
I just have to make other people feel like cancer to feel better. No.
Yeah. I mean, it was an interesting approach though. Spiking into pretty much both aspects, explosive, bunker scrap essentially, and then picking up that CC skill that is basically beneficial to the Bunker Guardian matchup. But I'm not sure, it's sort of a bit of everything, but not like the perfect well-rounded thing. And Decap Scrapper is honestly such an abomination at this point. Yeah, we should maybe see some fixes, however, to that.
Hollowsmith can beat it,
Okay.
but there's nothing that Hollowsmith can't beat.
Okay, great. I just quickly had yet another spectator bug, interestingly, because I just didn't saw any names on the players. Okay, yeah, here again. That's kind of weird. But hey, beautiful game, optimized for esports. Who doesn't know it? But yeah, teams are filling up again. That's nice to see. Brenno and Benzo joining in as well. Crayola is already here, present, but still recording and still slacking. But yeah, nice that we already have two teams filled here. So far, wait, let's check Brenno's and Benzo's build. Cause okay, Actually, no nades at all. I mean, technically, I'd be fine with that for now.
Thanks for the information.
Okay, never mind, never mind. I was happy for I judged too quickly. Yeah, if both, I mean, geez, can you technically pick something else up other than, although maybe not hate polo?
I'm literally playing proc polo.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm sort of fine with it, honestly.
If I can just like, if I swap to like no damage on me that, and I just support someone.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't run explosives, so that trade line is just so significant in my opinion that if you don't run it,
Yeah.
it should be fine. It's no
You're
super
Jesus.
spec stick.
I don't need it for Thorben.
You wanna push into me? I can decap you.
Decup my asshole.
Yeah, I can do that.
Spicy trash talk. just keep it pretty much. Let's just keep it a little bit tame for Twitch. But yeah. So honestly, if both teams are happy with how you're matched again, proceed to join the voice chat channels again. And actually, it would be nice to not have as much downtime. So yeah, join the channels and hopefully we can get the game started. Alright, people quitting, that's good. I'll start going over these builds as soon as everyone has joined. I'm just looking who I could pull in where. So it's, do we see Garcus? Yep, Garcus red team. Whoops, nope, that's not Garcus. Already joined by himself, but maybe someone's looking for blue team. Brenno is here. Can pull that. Lorena for the blue team as well. Fucking Ubu in the chat. Any Ubu in the chats here? I see one person. I mean, we will probably think over that two cam setup, because having it permanently, we talked a bit with Teapot what he thought, and he gave us some actual nice criticism. Ooh, the ooh was coming out in the chat. Fuck you, degeneracy all over the place. But yeah, let's just see if one more should be moved here. Benzo, okay, Benzo just joined. Red team has Garcus, Okami's in there, Lord, Garcus, Torben. Who is that? Move. Just gotta. I guess I'll just the Discord link here. Just gonna quickly get someone familiar with the rules here. And I'd love to see that chat. Honestly, I really don't. As long, it's fine as long as it's ironic. Actually being present is mandatory for organizing and everything. No need to. Although, but yeah, I'm just telling the teams that I can ready. Good. So yeah, since all of them are already equipping up here, I can actually go over the builds again. But quickly, just for the sweet ASMR or something. I don't know. You guys are all readers. Yeah, Kappa. This is a great professional streaming setup, I know. Yeah, well. Now, actually, we can actually go over the builds already, since no people are present here, and they're hopefully ready up soon. So let's just talk over it, because we see a strength spell breaker here. At first, running Berserker Fighter. However, no Frenzy, and your Pain is still go-to. Yep, it's water, right? Yes, actually it is. It's just some fucking water with taste. It's nothing special whatsoever. I'm not a fucking alcoholic yet. Oh, nice, the match is already starting. So then we see a decup scrapper. So far 2 side notice, and then we see Okami's kamikaze build. Or no, actually not. Something different, the theory crafted approach here. But they picked themselves up a power ref and a Conny Thief. So essentially 2.5 roamers, since Okami will be have a quite weird setup, and then 2 side notice, and this will be matched by a thief, and essentially Benzo, who can sort of act as a roamer, Lorena just as well, and Brenna will have to do a lot here in this game, together with Jesus, since they're the side notice. Now, the split, will be quite interesting. Prot Hollow picks that up, and Red Team looks to teamfight, since they might even have the upper hand here. It's just the Thief, and then Benzo and Lorena. And the Thief is sort of split from them. I feel like they should pretty much stealth and save the Ellie right here from the opening, since she's fairly vulnerable. However, the Spellbreak is actually in the middle, and Garcus was being picked up here. And with that lead, Blue Team, yeah, they're able to cleave this out. The Hollowsmith already rotated in from close into middle, and shows that strong rotation. What? Shows that strength rotation. Okay, never mind. Let's get back to the cuts here, because Okami just rallied up with that kill here that came out onto the Blue Team thief. However, Supply Crate was able to interrupt him here, Benzo picking that kill up. And right now, as all of this is taking place, and Blue Team seems to get a quite good head start here in this game, Brenno is 1v2ing and basically enabling his team. He's surviving as good as he can into both the Scrapper and the Power Ref, which is a lot of pressure. Yeah, so he's running a very, very interesting build as well. He personally likes the Theory Craft as well on Warrior to make it sort of work. I really love to see it, honestly, with Berserker especially. And Red Team picked themselves up their home node now, but with a huge investment, honestly, because so many, they were 1v2 for so long. And because of that, Blue Team was able to pretty much get free pick in mid. And let's rotate here over to Blue Team's home node, since G's on duty had to 1v2 Garcos and the Warrior here for quite a long time, man. It's not something Prot Hollow is too comfortable with, even though the matchup into Warrior is sort of favorable. However, he is actually now going out, and Benzo picks up that 1v1 here, potentially. However, Bren is already there, and I'm not sure. He could just leave that, or at least get the node for them. But now, actually in the middle, just took place already, as Thief has been picked up again, which is really, really detrimental. Jesus with the shield 5 interrupting Lorks. Lorks unrelenting assault, but Lorena and Benzo came in for the huge burst and wiped 2 Blue Team members, and with that, they're going to pick middle up again and recapture it. I'm not sure if Lork pushing here into middle is the best call, since he could be picked up quite fast, and no one is so far contesting the home node. It's just Scrapper there, and without Lork pulses here, he's now in a 1v3 situation, should be picked up anytime soon. Really just questionable positioning there, but now Okami is there to come in. Scrapper is also there, and with that they could get the rest, but it's such a huge investment, basically, again, because they get themselves unnecessarily pressured, and it could have been avoided. Now let's look at how the skirmish is developing here, because Blue Team looks to maybe rotate a little bit back into their mid node. Lorena went for the hammer there, but Red Team, they potentially stealth and got a quick opening here onto them. Also, yep, thanks for mentioning that again. We again forgot to change that properly. And now let's look, as Okami is dropping fairly low here. Benzo has to defend the mid node 1v2, but he looks fairly healthy. And where the fuck is he actually? On the no port spot, so the Revenant doesn't get a free opening onto here. And Okami, he just had to resustain with his healing turret. Ref heal now being pulled out. Benzo's actually playing with a rifle, which is a quite interesting thing here. Nade spam potentially coming out, and mid node still being captured. Now let's look at what's happening here on the Blue Team's home node, as the Strength Spellbreaker is holding that node contested, and Garcos prepares to open onto Lorena here. She's very, very vulnerable to a potential Condithief spike that's now coming in here from Garcos. However, he shadow steps out right away as she's on duty, has added to the fight, and it's a 3v2. Thief doesn't really like that. Thief wants to constantly outnumber. Yeah, again, thanks for mentioning that essentially here in the Twitch chat. Sadly, I don't have any crew members around right now, but Brenno picks up the kill here onto Garcos, and with that, they should really be able to continue to hold this 2-node setup and just outtake Red Team, because the kills are quite even so far. And yeah, let's actually see. It's Lork being pressured here again. He's already pulled his heal, and it looks like Benzo, Lorena, and everyone is collapsing onto him, and Torben has to bunker the node. They essentially got a decap, but they're pretty much going to sacrifice their rotational DPS for that. And as soon as they picked up that, what does Torben want to do? I feel like just going for the decap and then peeling for your mate would be much more valuable, since you're just splitting them by that. And welcome Sneaks to the chat as well. Torben with the decap scrap is now contesting that node for so long. Let's actually look onto how that degenerate looks like. Because Battle Ram, huge skill with a huge knockback, throw mines, boon removal. Before he just picked up the battle ram, but not the very crucial trade gadget near, which, for example, here with the throw mine, it just adds some additional things here. Now Phoenix is back to, contesting his home node here into Brenno so far. A Condi matchup, which is not the greatest, and Benzo running Nate's Hollismith with rifle, however. So this might be a tough and tricky one, however. He has huge node pressure, but as soon as they can pretty much get the kill, this is over for him. Benzo now with the supply crate trying to catch him here. Grenade barrage connected as well, and that means he's very pressured, and blue team picks up the far node. Sireth is around, and since mid they got a kill as well with both an core elementalist, quite troll but interesting build here, and the thief. Blue team is pretty much back into this as they gave up their home node and continue to pressure elsewhere. Lorena will join that pretty much that really odd fight here over the buffs as she joined in with the hammer, and the warrior was just barely able to get the endure pain off. This buff isn't as crucial point wise, but it just adds a lot of combat stats and fighting power. And Floody, welcome to the chat as well. I hope the cast will be alright, and we got some good games this day. So blue team with that will now pick up the buff for themselves, but we have to look at the map because a lot of things were neutralized, and mid, due to their skirmish over there, has been neutralized as well, and now the warrior has to go into a sort of unfavorable 1v1 matchup. I'm not sure if there's any kill pressure onto the decap scrapper, and since the node is not contested here, however, good rotation coming out from Lork, essentially, to give that scrapper the full cap here at this point. But now let's look back into what's happening in middle right now at the moment, as Jesus on duty on a Prot Hollow-Smith is contesting the node onto 3 players here, and great that he was able to hold on for so long. He still has his elixir available, and that's why he went so greedy and bold. Steep Arena is now there with the CC pressure, but Jesus splits too much, up too much, and Brenno, we saw something quite interesting. He pretty much cancelled that stomp since Jesus was so low to basically get the rally here, but now Akami dropping down, Phoenix attempting the rest. They get it off quite fast, but the aggressive buff here wiping out Garkos, and red team was not able to rest that in time. Great play there, and with the buffs being picked up, they really make a difference in these team fights here, and with that blue team will most likely pick themselves up kills. I'm not sure why red team holds onto the mid node for so long, maybe because they have a lot of trust into their decap scrapper degeneracy here, but blue team is able to isolate targets since no one is assisting them, and therefore they will just create a huge numbers advantage. And now let's see if Phoenix can actually hold that. I felt like giving up the node giving up the node and essentially peeling for your mates would be such better. Even C, preventing people from hitting your teammates is so valuable, because right now blue team is here with 4 members and they should essentially get the kills quite soon. Lorena with the tornado, there's so much CC, Banzer with the nades, and with that they pick themselves up 2 kills, and technically now they have the opportunities to spread. No one, however, was picking up middle. I think that Brenner will pick up that job here. Not sure why he would instantly go for the stomp when the node is there, but we now see a triple cap from red team. Blue team made the huge investment of pushing everyone into mid, getting the single picks, isolating people, but they really have to spread fast, and we see that by Jesus going for his home node. Lork, Garkos were around, but no one of them really wants to contest the Prot Hollow. Lorena attempted the burst here, but missed everything with the lightning flash. So technically, she has no cooldowns. If Lork would give that crucial information to Garkos, he has a free spike and opening onto that. But as we saw, the triple cap wasn't really that big of an issue because blue team got these kills. They could spread and really get this map pressure. So overall, that we see that this was pretty much all planned, essentially. And now Garkos looking to decap middle, but Brenner is there. Red team could potentially really collapse onto that. Not sure if the Shadow Refuge is necessary here. But it looks like Garcus attempts to decap here, but Jesus is aware of Thief selfing up in middle, so that's why he stays there. The Strength Spellbreaker now being very pressured here by a lot of team members. Well, let's see if that investment actually gave blue team a disadvantage, because right now Phoenix has picked up his home node and the blue team will push into that. Okami tries to sort of sustain around here, but he has 2 Holosmiths on top of him, and Benzo should deliver so much kill pressure onto this, and Breno actually runs Condi, so that's something Okami's sort of weird own theory crafted build isn't really comfortable with. No one is contesting the far node, so let's actually look onto what's happening here. On this side, as Locke is being pressured, he's already used to seal and Jesus on duty. He's there to pretty much pressure that off. Not sure why the Revenant really aimed to ever contest the node there, because it's already kept for blue team. He doesn't have the node pressure or anything to sustain that. Garcus attempts to rest here, but the Stomp will come out, and with that, maybe he will stealth quite obviously and annoyingly to pin this prot hollow down here, but he's running prot, so he's very, very healthy into conditions, and this is not gonna lead anywhere, so Garcus is leaving, and so will we as the spectator, as the Strength Spellbreaker currently pulling his rampage is sort of pressured here in middle, and he tries to contest the node. However, Benzo got hit by the Arcing Slice, therefore he pulls his elite right now to get rid of some of the pressure, and he's looking fairly low. No crit, however, on the F1, because that could have already made some kill pressure. That's sadly not connecting, but now the kill comes out onto Benzo here as red team collapses onto all these people, and Lorena drops down as well. This is a pretty huge comeback situation for them, but look at the home node. Blue team has such a huge point advantage at this point that it will be really, really hard for them to do anything about that. Garcus now attempting the decap, but blue team is split onto multiple nodes, and just a single kill, just a single point that they essentially captured will make the difference for them, and red team has to sustain this state for so long. Jesus on duty now dropping fairly low as the Lorena's static field came out. However, Jesus is really pressured. He's just running Berserkers with Dolyak, so that might not be the best choice here, but red team now with a triple cap. If they can sustain the state right now, this would be huge, but it's such a high risk, and now Jesus is kiting for his life, but look at that. They invested too much probably, as Okami now went down and Benzo is picking up that node for himself. 10 ticks, 20 seconds, and this map is gone. Locke went down here as well, and I feel like chasing that kill onto Jesus, this might have been the deciding factor of this game going to blue team, as they didn't contest all the 3 nodes and chased off node. And as soon as Benzo picks up that kill, the cap here on the node, it's done for the red team. Garcus, he has to instantly do something. The decap is so necessary, and red team, yeah, in my opinion, they threw this away. They had such a good comeback opportunity. Now let's look at the timeline, because I feel like personally this was really close. There was a lot of things to mention here in a lot of plays. Some positioning of the power ref that could be critiqued, but also just overall the general map play and rotation. So overall, people are now joining back in. Welcome everybody. Great game, honestly. And yeah, Jesus. On a scale of 1 to 10, how salty are you?
Why? What do you mean? To the warrior?
Just generally speaking. But yeah, welcome back to Twitch chat.
I'm pretty salty. The warriors was fucking me pretty hard, and I couldn't fight Phoenix because he's the best player in the game. So
deep cap scrapper.
I agree with it.
So it happens. But I left because I'm gonna go play Among Us.
Oh, great game, honestly. So enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you for the games. It was fun.
Anyway, thanks for joining. And now, welcome back to our co-hosts.
Yeah, sorry.
You slackers!
Well, we were doing something very, very important. We were doing our podcast with Floody, who obviously gave me MAT with his team. So I'm gonna kind of say that that's quite a good opportunity to have an hour 40.
So we got you, Illithex, covering us. So
yep. Yeah, don't worry, because I got that after all.
It's a lengthy podcast, that one, but it is a lot we covered. It's so good, man.
Honestly, I'm also very excited about it, since I personally know Floody decently well, and he's just super fun dude, honestly. So also probably a lot of insights. I mean, we have enough players for that, technically, so if you'd all join, go back into the spectate mode, we can elect team captains, and from there on, yeah. Yeah, just select team captains and team captain draft. Are there any volunteers who want to draft together a team?
Ooh, Bloody's in there. Bloody's
Yeah, I can. Oh.
Sure, then join the blue team, and I'm not sure if red team's warrior is present
Actually,
in the
never
call.
mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna kill him.
Pussy.
I don't wanna waste time. I wanna be picked.
I could do it, but that would be a very random team then.
Or we just go for the free to join again. But honestly, it's nice seeing more people in this chat and actually interacting. That's amazing. We haven't had that so far. I'm not gonna call for another Uber in the chat though. That's fucking degen.
I thought we were doing captains, aren't we?
Honestly, let's just go for free to join again. Because
free.
we had quite good success with it before. I saw that.
Gargos, you again.
That's a warning. But yeah. So, any people for the blue team to round off that comms since? Well, okay. Akami, you're probably going for another of your special builds again, so that should be fine.
Why?
However, triple engineer,
I think
not
this
sure
might
if
be a
that's.
stump.
What? Okay.
I'm not sure if that's. I don't know, maybe
Okay,
two
Okami,
stacked or
can you go
something.
blue, please?
He's gone core. Okami's
Yeah.
gone core.
Okay, so that's memes. Technically, that should be fine then, in my opinion. Or-
That's the equivalent of worms bypassing the class like specialization stacking it. It's just like, what?
Yeah, pretty much. Since I picked up Core Ref, then Condi Herald and the Bunker Renegade or something
Just
like
like technically.
that. Oh, you. Although I'm not sure if that even was correct, but worms, just discussing comms. I mean, scrimming against that would
Yo, easy. I mean,
would
Illy,
be a pain. Yes,
what do you guys think of my build?
I'm. Oh my god. And the engineer's main. What? And the engineer mind's watching here and wanting to slap him.
Engineers
So do
probably
I.
like the thing is like maybe people who are going, oh,
Yeah.
I want to learn. What is this? Oh, let me try this.
Mhm.
These-
Yeah,
these-
don't pick that up. Don't do that
Yeah.
at home, kids. But
yeah,
either
you
way,
guys are you're contributing to the problem.
but
This
either
build is- I
way,
mean, this build is actually good. You just need to be able to play it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just don't be bad. That's how to play it. Yeah. Just dodge forehead.
Don't have
yeah.
bad rotation.
Is there anyone who would want to join the blue team right now? To
Flolly, can you carry the blue team, Flolly?
he's right AFK right now, as far as I know.
He's
Please.
just silently judging everybody.
Beautiful. But
I
yeah,
could do it too. And I can even write mistakes out, you know, I'm like, hey, fucking
Oh,
trash, why you
you're-
wrong far?
you're already on the red team, so that wouldn't
Yeah,
make a big difference.
I can pretty much play thief and that's it.
I can
I
trash
could
talk
change.
enemy
You
rotations.
can go thief sneakers then.
If you want me to
blue
make
team.
it interesting, I can trash talk enemy rotations.
Yeah,
Like, why you go far, you fucking mongo, now you got a one shot.
yeah, I can go. thief and blue team.
Yeah,
Nobody
if
in
you go
here.
thief from if you go thief from blue team sneakers, I'll go.
Anonym, yeah, we actually. I mean, Okami memes around a lot, but we've seen Core Engineer in here actually multiple times, as well as Lorena. If you check the VOD, we had a quite successful Lightning Rod Core Dagger Focus Elementalist spiking with Lightning Hammer. So great memes. But yeah, surely I'll show the build here. It's tools, alchemy. Bonjour. I mean, hola. Yeah, so it's explosives, alchemy, and tools.
Remember
And
when I
then
one shot you down 1 versus 2? When you
Berserker
tried to
and Rune of
push me?
Divinity. Actually getting a fairly decent health pool here because of that trade as well. But yeah.
Just when you talked about it, I changed some traits.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, Core Engineer would not be the thing you'd recommend to everyone, but it's fun for the memes. I love meme builds too. So
Core
actually,
NG with Nix.
I mean, Lucas. If Lucas hears I'm going core, he knows this game will go good.
yeah, good in terms of fun, meme,
No,
and maybe
good.
not this competitive. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, good is good. So either way,
As long as I'm on rifle, I feel good because. Please, can we just delete sword shield? Let's bring back rifle, guys.
Oh no.
I mean, the
Yeah,
cast
yeah.
time on Rifle, honestly, on Rifle 4, really... I didn't even know it was introduced, and when I picked up the old Holosmith build and wondered why it was that, yeah, I instantly saw why. Yeah, its consequences suck.
Oh, you have a Necro, huh?
Yeah, so actually, if you join the team chats again and everything, we will cover the builds and everything. And yeah, just ready up so we don't have as much downtime. I know Twitch viewers hate that. So yeah, people are leaving, that's great. And okay, just gonna move Benzo here so he doesn't have to tap out. Blue team, who's left in here? I'm not familiar with... Okay, moved, also joined. That's good. So, with that... Okay, Snickers is playing again. And this time I'll finally remember it properly. Boom. Fucking incredible. I should become a full-time streamer. Honestly, I'm so fucking good at this, Kappa. But yeah, let's look over all these builds again here. Because we already had a little extra covering that core engineer build. Which... Let's see how well that does, especially since there's, in my opinion, a nice counterpick coming out of that. But we have triple engineer on the red team here. We got fortunately not a decap scrapper, but a really weird pick here with the assassin amulet, a lot of precision, running explosives, big boomer. We got Benzo running Nade's Hollow, however, trying out a different heal. We got Garcus on his Condi Thief, been pretty much stable. This weird core engine build, as well as Healbreaker. A nice build that has seen a lot more play now, in MAT especially. And it looks like here Crayola will stealth up with sneaks. He's running a Nate Holosmith, and they will make a far push. I really like that. Also, thanks for the follow right now. And yeah, they're stealthing up. However, the entire red team, if we look at that, they stealthed here as well. And it looks like they're just contesting far and close. So that's quite interesting. There was a spy coming out here onto Brendo, and the Cornic was already very low. So let's see if they hunt for that. Right now their focus is split, and Benzo was initially trying to get that Cornecra, but he juked. Very well done with this Spectral Walk. He also dropped his Fear Ring, just to get some pressure, but he's split from his team, and there's 3 members on him. And with that, he will go down. There's nothing really that he could do. Huge burst coming out here from the Scrapper. And with that, red team will maybe have a head start, as Conquest is dropping very low as well and is picked off here as well. The good thing was Okami stayed back here and picked up the mine. And the Korgat is still sort of hovering around his home node, not sure what to do, as this team is being picked off one by one here. And now with that, Benzo will push onto him. It's a favorable matchup for Grendo here. And there are respawns coming in. So honestly, seeing Breno split onto far, great play. Pushing, as soon as you lose the team fight, push sides, it's so good. Because right now, if he can drag more than one player, right now, for example, Torben, he will create an outnumbered situation. The Moa came out onto him, but just him being there now creates so much value, essentially, for his team. Thief and Holodu will now push into him. However, the nade spam was quite big onto him, and he dropped super low, and now he tries to counter pressure with CC, but question is if that really will be enough. The Holosmith is there to stealth him. Great job, and now they can open onto Akami, as the core NG is very vulnerable. Great execution there. Also finding the weak spots pretty much in their team and pushing for that. Now the warrior went from the mid node, roamed into here, and now that means technically one of the blue team's members could push into the mid node. Breno, however, is still being pressured here, and welcome to the thanks for the follow, and welcome to the stream here. Sneakers is now pushing onto Garcus here, but Garcus drops the Shadow Refuge, and honestly, Sneakers, he has to go out of that, because he could get opened on so quickly. Crayola dropped down very, very low as well, and even has to pull his elixir. If Sneaks could get some stealth off in any way, that would be good, but Crayola is now being picked up here. If Sneaks would stealth up quite obvious here on the far node, he could pin the player down here, but let's just see. Now he attempts, the decap or something like that. Let's actually look in the middle, because the real action will take place now over there. The Cornecro was pushed off here, and red team really much collapses onto the mid node. They got the cap, it's all safe, and the Cornecro, he has to run out again into safety. Core Guardian AFKing so much in this game on the home node. I'm not quite happy with that, as you see the Thief, okay, if he ever exits stealth, you see him over here, Shadow Refuge now being dropped again, stealthing Benzo and potentially getting another opening here, for example, onto Crayola. As he's rezzing Breno, Garcus connecting his Connie Spike here. Okami is also there, and that's a great execution. You see, no one is pushing into the Guardian, because pretty much all of these players have a bad matchup into that, but they just need these 2 nodes, and Blue Team isn't really able to play their strengths since no one is answering to the bunker. And technically, the bunker then would have to rotate because his team is constantly 4v5. AFKing on node is not good, but the problem is that this Guardian is not really as effective in a roam scenario, and it's not mobile, so Garcus, for example, on the core thief here, could really exploit that. Now, let's see what +1 is coming out here. No, it's not a +1, it's a thief 1v1 taking place. Garcus has pulled his Thieves Guild. Sneak is trying to open here, not getting the greatest opening there. And now Torben is there to defend that. Breno now coming in with his interesting theory craft attempts. I'm just going to show the build here again quickly because I want Berserker to be shared. I personally love Berserker. But yeah, the Condi Thief is really nasty here for him, and he has to pull his heal as fast as possible, and maybe he has Berserk mode available. Sadly, there's a spectator bug with it. Now, yep. He tries to technically counter pressure something, but he's 1v2 for so long. And Garcus, the really good thing here is that he could pretty much match him, the warrior, mobility-wise, pretty much the entire time, stick onto him, great pressure. Now, Blue Team, they pushed into middle and neutralized this cap, which is quite good. Benz is being chased off here by Crayola, but Sneaks, they don't see Torben coming in, and this could be, again, another... great burst coming out here onto Sneakers as he's being deleted by what cannot be only described as fair game design, Nates, and explosive trade line. Huge burst coming out. Seedok, welcome to the stream, and yeah, hopefully we get some more nice games, because the Core Necro here in the middle went down. He doesn't really have any peel, and this is a big problem. And again, Red Team just playing for these 2 nodes as they don't have a good matchup into this Core Guardian, and he's... like, what is he supposed to do? Roam and get decapped by the Thief? Technically, yes, he has to roam to make the best out of it, but Garcus is already here. Shadow Refuge, and that means technically a Thief could be there for 20 seconds. So he has to deal with that annoyance. However, now we see Red Team splitting up their mentality of playing for 2 nodes as they push Phoenix into the Bunker Guardian. Not quite sure if that's the right approach, because let's look at Blue Team here. Sadly, they had some respawns, and we actually see the Bunker Guardian going down. This is detrimental. Oh my god. Huge burst and great play by Phoenix, but the thing is, he can't really capitalize... the Blue Team can't really capitalize on essentially the 3-node split, as they first had the Necromancer dying, and that means they're still outnumbered, even though, for example, there's... yeah, Red Team is splitting onto 3 nodes. Breno, he's now heavily outnumbered again, has to go for the kiting spots. This is a pretty tilting game, essentially, for a side node like him, and Blue Team should really think about their approach right now. Sneakers trying to create node map pressure here by going for a full cap on middle, but the warrior is there to answer to him. He cannot really hold this node, and the question really is, how can Blue Team come back from this, as Red Team really seems to be dominant in these fights. They played for 2 nodes, and the Bunker Guardian is really like cucked, essentially. Also, beautiful comments there from Lorena. Twitch chat, I fucking love you. And now we see the Core Necromancer being picked up again. It's such a big problem having no peel here. Going for the self-res is pretty troll, as there are multiple members from the Red Team around. The good thing is that Sneaks and Crayola right now try to outnumber this warrior. It takes, however, a lot of time, and they didn't properly coordinated a big spike from stealth, essentially, to really pressure him out. But he's now being chased off node. But again, whenever you 2v1 and outnumber someone, it's usually an investment, and we see that investment really not paying off, as there's a Core Necromancer dying over here. Then also, like, the Guardian, he's still outnumbered and might even go down in the scenario, but now at least that Red Team is pushing into him, he can sort of create value because he's keeping players there. But the node is still owned for Red Team, and the 2v1, he's not comfortable with that. But I believe he should play just the standard, yeah. Not running mace, but not the mace trait is super troll in this one. But now Krill and Sneaks, after a while, they managed to pick up that kill here, but Thief is there to rotate. Boom. This is basically their investment of 2 wanting someone in middle not paying off, and now as the red team is there with the heal breaker as well, they will just be pressured out again. Conquest will now drop and red team just collapses here. Good for blue team that they picked up the far node here, but we will just see what happened before. Red team, they got single picks, and now they will just snowball that lead and that numbers advantage onto other nodes, as the core necromancer is now 1v2ing a core PD thief and a scrapper. Now he directly leaves and maybe even gets the rest onto sneakers. Garkos has to hurry here, but we see multiple red team members collapsing. However, Sneaks got out, even gets off his heal, but maybe they will trade the Cornecro's life for that. And Brenner went down here a bit ago as well. And now that Grenna is pushing for the beast, this is pretty much like good play, honestly, because usually you just want to get some value if someone is not answering to you, and if these rooms do not pay off and no one of the red team members is contesting that, honestly, beast call is okay. But red team, they just created such a big point lead by just going for these 2 nodes and then executing in the snowball so well, as they just pick up kill by kill by kill. And now Phoenix picked up Svani here as well, so the beast will go 1 for 1, and with that, it's just a matter of seconds until red team takes this win away. And yeah, this is really, if you ever see that in your ranked, a really annoying bunker, don't respond to him, force him to roam, and therefore punish his team, as blue team here had such a big problem by being 4v5 and then also having, for example, a necromancer with no peel, and that means red team, they will take this win and pretty much teach us a lesson here of how to deal with bunkers properly. So yeah, let's welcome the players back again to the stream. I'll quickly mute myself and I'll be right back.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's the same. I was actually gonna go make a cup of tea as well and get some toast, man. Hungry. Alright, I'm gonna be right back as well. Let there be chaos.
Okay, so who would anybody like to be captain?
Zintrix also joining now.
I'm gonna be captain.
Yeah, there we go.
You said so.
Already picking. Okay.
Let's see if Sukaya's gonna come, please.
I think Brenner got picked for red team.
Well, yeah, I'm the captain. I can revert my pick. I'm looking if Sukaya's gonna come. Sukaya.
Is Scroller here? No, he's muted.
Probably.
Well,
Can someone please join?
Alright, let's unmute the stream. And, well, got this back again. Hey, Belsedo, welcome to the stream. We're hosting our weekly in-house event, and it's pretty much an almost free to join event, and you could join this arena. There's also a Discord for that, so I might be, I might be able to post that link quickly. In case you actually want to join here, it's pretty much just a weekly event for in-houses, some private matches to test shit, got some decent games, have some fun, and also the coverage on Twitch. So, yeah, welcome back. Wait, did I hear Slonder in the chat? Is
No.
Slondy here?
He's not in voice, but he's in chat. Well, in map chat.
Pork champ. Honestly, I love that dude.
He got picked for the red team, but he's not responding. So.
Okay, let me go
alright.
to S8. I'm gonna join S8. This was second rate.
Really?
I'm gonna ask.
Oh. Well, yeah, let's... So we have team captain drafts. Just put me in the picture since I was AFK quickly here. No, in case you don't know, Slonder's block list is holy, and it actually serves a big purpose. Puzzle, thanks for the follow. And yeah, so if the drawing of teams here is cancelled by that, just continue and pretend as if he was already picked to really fill these teams. Also, welcome to the stream, everybody. And thanks for the follows. So hopefully we get some more games rolling soon. Lorena, it's time to stop. But nah, thanks for the compliments, but you really need some love. Go to Torben. I mean, technically you can't be forced, but it would be really, really good if you join, honestly. Could be nice. Alright. So yeah, right now people, for those in the stream, right now people are picking in the map chat and drafting a team come together of the players that are present here in the arena right now at the moment. So yeah, obviously this will obviously include some downtime, but yeah, let's just see how it goes. And what both team captains here are drafting together. And then after that we will cover the builds and just cast the entire thing. Sneaks, my boy. Looks like you're not playing this time. Would you want to go for a duo cast? Oh, never mind. Sneaks is AFK, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Another solo cast, but I honestly enjoy it. I feel like I'm really on fleek this time.
I think you're really enjoying it.
Yeah, actually. Good. Okay, Okami for the blue team. So teams are now complete, actually. This is quite nice. So yeah, if you proceed to join your team channels again and everything, there you can talk about strats, do the re-rolling and everything, and then ready up as fast as possible, since we don't want to slack, we don't want downtime. Okay. Yeah, map shit is just a bit troll right now. But honestly, let's, yeah, again, move to your teams, and since all these teams are completely, like, all of them are completed, right? There's no one basically being switched right now. Okay, guess I'll just move people by myself. Did I flame you? I basically, it was picture perfect demonstration, the last match, pretty much, of how to deal with bunkers in case you don't have anyone to match them. Red team really played consequently on Forest for 2 nodes, and they basically, by that, they forced you to basically roam and join the fights, because it was a constant 4v5, and also they picked a Necromancer, which sort of needs some peel. So they were 4v5 into something that actually needs assistance. So that's why they really like dominated a majority of these fights, because they could just outnumber and also isolate people fairly well. And with that, they just hold 2 nodes. You didn't really roam. I mean, you should have. And by roaming, you constantly track the thief on the minimap as a bunker. But then matching this, it's annoying. But it was pretty much the perfect example of how to deal with bunkers in your ranked match. Pretty much. If more people knew that, it would actually be amazing. But yeah, let's check the Discord quickly here. The majority joined joined their team channels. We can actually start to go over these builds. Wait, Breno with Torben. So Zintrax, he technically still have to join here, and Larina went in as well. So yeah, we can just talk about the builds as Zintrax will most likely join in soon. So yes, it's with comms. It's sort of mandatory to stay here in the Discord, at least so that we can coordinate things, because we have a free to join as well, so people can just join in, and then we sort of moderate to have pretty much equally matched players, and sort of a decent team comp for everyone. But either way, hopefully teams will ready up soon. Also, thanks for the follow here, and we will just look over these builds as people should ready up. I'm just gonna type that in the chat. Ready up, my dudes. So we, I mean, if we just look at that, it looked already pretty tall, right? But yeah, Phoenix is picking up a Nate Scrapper here with some insane bursts. He really executed the Core Guardian that last game super hard with that. That's some great coordination. Then they pick themselves up a pretty established DPS version of Renegade right now. That's picked over the Power Ref. Then we got Breno with his theory crafted Condi Bazooka again. We got Larina picking up the Power Core Shatter Mesmer. Mental Anguish, however, instead of Vicious Expression, which is at the moment a really nice trade because of its boon removal aspect. And then lastly, to top it all off, a filthy Decap Scrapper. Yeah, this time we pretty much allow the class stacking to a good degree. Although maybe blue team would still change that. Just quickly gonna ask that. Blue team double Reaper. Because usually we have it like specialization stacking is not permitted unless it's something like, for example, Condi and the Power Herald to different builds, have different builds, different roles, and all of that shit. But we see rerolls coming out right now, so technically teams are still preparing, probably talking over this here, and yeah. Let's just see what people come up with. The downtime sadly is unavoidable, but at least it helps for some better coordination and everything. Yeah. Oh, okay, so in case people wanted to know what Brenner was known for, aside from funny warrior builds, a great best of the best and God of PvP cosplay here. I mean, most people know him already with that, but it's just such a funny meme at this point, and it's not even meant disrespectful or anything. It's just really creative, and so that's why I love it. So hopefully we get the game rolling right now. As the Mace offhand also really funny to see. It sets up the Flamethrower burst here. Let's just look at what blue team basically has to answer to red team's sort of interesting comp, as they got, well, one side noder, two side noders, and then sort of a roaming setup here to pick someone off. Phoenix, he was sort of just mainly roaming as well last game, but let's really see what blue team wants to answer to that. Searath, he's 13k HP is pretty low, and he's easy to pick off with all this pack power damage here, but it's a good thing that he has a great matchup into the Power Mesmer. Then we see another heal breaker actually coming out here from Ferios, which is nice to see. We've seen it being played in the MAT as well by the finalist team Ultranumb. But yeah, then they got two Reapers, and a Scrapper. So the Scrapper running with inventions here to sort of offer some peel, some cleanses. Although I'm not. I mean, it's in reply to Brenno's Berserker here, but let's actually see how these teams split. It's sort of a weird and odd comms on both teams, but let's see how this actually plays out. So Red Team will push onto the far node here. Mass Invis already coming out, and yeah, let's see if Okami is actually prepared for that. He has the Basilisk Venom, which is really nice because it sort of shows people technically someone could be here, but Lorena already went in for the Greatsword Shadow Burst. Phoenix trying to connect the Grenade Barrage, but his team is there to reply, and with that, he survives the initial spike. And the good thing for Red Team here is that they send someone home. They will most likely pick up both side nodes and play for sides here, as Blue Team tries to get something done in the team fight. Blue Team is very reliant here in this match on winning these team fights. Crayola dropping low, Okami as well, but the question is, are there really people who chase these kills? Phoenix is now chasing Crayola, and he's dropping fairly low. Let's spectate onto him, how he wants to pressure, as Crayola is escaping into his shroud here. Grenade Barrage is still available, and there we see the great, fair and fun burst damage. Ferios, she will go for the battle standard here, and actually successfully gets it. Crayola will be rallied here. Thing with Healbreaker is that it's not the greatest healing output, but it provides a lot of CC, utility, boon remove, barrier. So a really nice jack of all trades here. And thanks again for reminding me to switch the overlay here. Really guys, just scream that inside into my face whenever you're here. Lorena connecting a huge shatter here onto Crayola as he dropped down, and the Blue Team will most likely attempt the rest here, but the C is there, and Crayola will be cleaved out completely. Now Blue Team has the kite, and this looks pretty solid for the Red Team as they're now chasing them into their base. Alright, so with that, Red Team now, we see Brenno getting Andreas down here, and the Thief is around to maybe rest that, but now the Renegade Zintrax is coming in as well. He managed to get the knockdown here, and maybe if Zintrax has a taunt, this is actual kill pressure onto that guy. Blue Team still attempts to rest here. The Spellbreaker without a battle standard though, not really able to get that off. And the gyro here from Phoenix finished off that stomp. The warrior is picked off as well, and this looks huge for the Red Team as just a neutralize by Crayola here. Not being in the team fight, we saw how that went essentially, and now he's just isolated and will be yet another kill. I don't feel like the decap is really worth it as Blue Team. They really did not rely on their team fighting and actually getting these kills to get a snowball rolling. And Legacy, we all know these heavy snowballs that teams can create and how hard it is to come back from that. Now Red Team, they picked up their home node, half mid and far contested. So let's see what will actually happen here, as one very suicidal Necro went to contest mid, but Zintrax is there to pretty much zone him off, and with that they will pick up 3 nodes right now at this point, as Blue Team really has to regroup. The coordination doesn't look too well, to be fair, here on this side, and Okami, sort of Stanish build, is paired now with the essentially the support, and yeah, the Reaper is there to be found, but they're not contesting the node so far. And now Lorena again with a huge shatter. Such big value here. The battle standard came out, but it was not enough. It just oh my god. So great shatter here. She's running a full glass build again here, essentially, to really get these bombs. And since Phoenix is running a burst build as well, they can coordinate some huge nukes that just annihilate and cut through the constant support that something like Healbreaker and Scrapper would provide here. And with now Farius dropping down, Okami will be pressured again, and I don't see Blue Team really coming back from this unless they really get picks, kills. That should technically not happen. Yeah. So Andreas attempting the rescue onto Fefe as Red Team focuses on Okami here. Question is a 90% if Andreas can actually get that. They got a lot of cleave here, so not sure if that's going to work out. Barely not get the rest. And again, Lorena, honestly, huge plays coming out from her as she's picked up a good burst here onto Okami, and with the triple cap, this looks so huge for them. So honestly, props to Red Team here for drafting such a solid setup. However, it's an insanely one-sided game. But Legacy is so unforgiving for that, and I'm not sure if this what blue team got themselves together here is a great setup for Legacy. I feel like the burst, even though it's uncommon to see something like that, again, great burst coming out here, but not quite enough. If Andreas could finally punish that, but Lorena stealthing up, pulling her heal, and Massive is still available. So red team technically could bail out of this. Blue team relies so heavily right now on picking targets off that should basically not die here. I mean, probably the best thing to exploit is the power mismatch. It's very squishy and has low cooldowns, or like high cooldowns on its defensive skills. But yeah, they got the stomp onto Andreas here and even pushing for the Lord. So this is quite a big stomp game essentially. So let's see if we can sort of moderate that better next time and make it more even. But red team push now with Lorena going down, and it looks like the gyro rest coming out here instead of a stomp. Both players might even rally here. However, there are some NPCs from the Lord, and red team does not seem like they could get this rest. Decap scrap a huge value, honestly. And such a strong build. However, now that Lorena went down and Phoenix as well, they have to push back, and this could be blue team's chance. But technically, these situations and these kills should happen on node while contesting something and not directly in the base. So the good thing is Thief did basically try to gain the map back in their favor. He full capped something and then attempted some decaps here. But red team, they don't even commit all their players to the Lord. They can just troll around and keep them pushed there for so long that there's basically a reply to Thief, as we're seeing here from Breno, and he tries his best, but really it's not going to work out. And now the Romans are there, and for example something like the Renegade from Zintrax, he could really punish this. Now the good thing is blue team sort of tries to attempt push back into middle. Andreas and Fefe are there, which should be a solid duo, but Andreas focused down again. Phoenix also running super troll DPS version here with Assassin's Amulet. Apparently it pays off. Not quite sure. I would still run Berserkers, but overall great execution here from the red team, as they're just isolating targets, and then with that they have a numbers advantage, snowball that shit, and that's why we see such a huge point difference. Because if we look at that, red team got so many kills and blue team wasn't really able to pretty much leave their spawn for so long, and now with the support being picked up here again, this game should be over quite soon, as the warrior picks up the home node for free, and the decap scrapper is just 1v2ing casually. The thing with this build is that it doesn't really win its node through DPS pressure, etc., but it's just literal CC. The CC gives barrier, the CC applies weakness and vulnerability, and this is why it's so huge. It pretty much wins node into everything, and was theory crafted as a reply to the quite strong Bunker Guardian. But yeah, with that, red team, a really dominant performance, so to say. So yeah, with that, another kill picked up onto Kami, and blue team isn't really able to coordinate a regroup here to get a sort of 5v5 going, or more potentially like a 5v4, because they really rely on kills to somewhat snowball back here, but it's not happening. Crayola probably picked off outside of the gate here again, and with that, red team is going to take this game away in a very dominant fashion. So, get everyone back into the call, hopefully, and what the fuck, yeah. Back to moderation. Sorry for being late with the cam switch, but yeah. Nice banter coming out here in the map chat. Okay, but the next map will be Revenge of the Capricorn, and let's see how we approach this game, as team captains have been very successful here for the red teams. But yeah, welcome back everybody.
Hello.
So I'm curious, is Londi just watching, or would he actually participate in PvP? The infamous World Ganker.
I want to participate.
Okay. Okay, also, welcome everybody. Question is, do we want another team captain draft, since it's often quite time consuming? Or would we maybe just do a free to join again, and this time we try to moderate and balance his teams a bit better, in case it gets too one-sided. Oh, nice. Good to hear, Sneakers. I think he's already left this, so I won't have a co-host this time for the commentary. But oh no. I see there's something planned. Oh no.
5v5 thieves.
Guys, we already had one-sided match today already. So, I mean, we've had 5 hollow match in the past, and they lost. So I'm not quite sure about the chrono stacking. I mean, it's fun for the memes, but in case blue team would go serious about it, kind of yikes. So let's actually open the free to join. Teams will be moderated though. Can we do captain with balance team? With balance, please. Well, last time was the first captain draft, and it looks like it wasn't so balanced. But yeah, let's actually see what each team drafts here as. There's already a good amount of power. Yeah, okay. Alright. We have 2 scrappers again. I mean, you play pretty much a roaming playstyle, but are you comfortable on something else?
Me?
Because, yeah, I just wondered if we should enforce the specialization stacking banning again.
Yeah, I can switch my class or build.
Since
Right back.
maybe swapping to a Holosmith or something. But yeah, so far... Actually, if people would like to give their input on if this is balanced or not, we got Balsadar, very strong player, Ferios also...
No, it's
Arco
stacked.
seems to think red is stacked.
Yeah, in my opinion too. Okay, wait, sorry, it's Intrex, so yeah, we should definitely swap people around. And maybe, like, how would you pretty much approach this? I think about, for example, swapping the Ranger out into the red team, for example, and... yeah, maybe give blue team Zintrix, for example. That could be an option here.
Zentrix on Renegade is bad. What do you mean?
Okay, so we should switch Ranger into the red team and put you into the blue team, so you can prove your dominance and how you're just the superior scrapper.
Yeah, I can prove my dominance over him.
There's
no, do that. Exactly do that. That was a good idea.
I'm gonna prove my dominance over you so hard, Zintrax.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, so Tedantic, and if you would quickly just go back into spectate, or Torben, go back into spectate so you can each join the other team. That would be great. Or just switch teams essentially. Great. Ooh. Spicy. I expected something more defensive, but...
From who?
From the Ranger, but it's still whatever. So we got 2 super offensive Chronomancers. Thief matching a Thief. And then Legion Scrapper against Legion Scrapper. Wait. Okay. And then 1 Scrapper into 1. Yeah.
Do we have a support? Yes, we have a support.
But... well, would you be fine with that? Because, honestly, before we start, I'd like to be everyone happy here with this. Also, good night, and thanks for joining, actually. And we got a nice amount of viewers, actually, here in the chat. So, if everyone is happy, I'd say we just start with the game. But I'd also want it to be sort of equally matched, because we really got an insanely good match onto Colosseum that I probably upload. Excuse me, do that. Okay, so in case everyone is happy, continue, and no one has something against it, join the team channels and yeah, get the games going again. So we can go over builds and cast everything. Omega Lul. Power Warrior 2. Maybe Heelbreaker could be even better. Oh, wait, you mean Spellbreaker instead of the Legion Scrapper. But then it would be quite an annoying matchup technically. I feel like having something equal to match is okay. Yeah, also you really barely see the guild text in here again. Now we're more open with it this time in, since it's a little bit more anarchy. But yeah, so everyone should pretty much join their team chats. We don't want too much downtime here. So, yeet you down there. Bells isn't in here. Okay, never mind, he's here. Let's see who else is there. Tendentic. Quickly gotta check the name actually. Well, if he's here in the call. Okay, so he's
Yeah,
actually
by the way,
not here. So
Aren't
yeah.
they, like, aren't they stacking the NGs?
Yeah, I know, but this time, well, it's one decap, one meme scrapper, so that's why. They sort of fulfill different roles, that's why it's sort of okay, but it's really grey area. And I'm not too happy with it, but I honestly want to avoid downtime, so yeah. We have to play, but both teams had a thief. Did they die down on Discord? What? Okay, so 5 out of 5 teams, honestly. Well, this time, again, I'll fucking remember it. Yeah, we can now have a look over the team comps here and everything. Since, again, it's a sort of more memey match. We hope we can avoid the stack, but match is already starting. And we got some fairly, like, sort of equally matched team comps here. As there's both the super aggressive power chrono on both teams. There's a thief, however, Colony Thief coming out from Garcus, and Power Thief by Sari, who went onto the Marauder's Amulet to sort of sustain that initial Condi spike by the Thief Batter. Then we got a Renegade, Decap Degen Scrapper, as I like to call it, and the Core Ranger, into basically matching the blue team here, as they picked themselves up 2 Scrapper. One, again, a Degen Side Note Scrapper, who's currently capping their home node, and then Phoenix, who's running a super aggressive nade build again. So it looks like blue team, they really don't care about the mid node initially, and they try to spike off a target, which is Zintrax right here. And they try to CC him down. The heal breaker is there to sort of CC as well, but he barely has any pressure. So right now, the initial opening was a bit weird. Blue team members are pretty much all there on their home node, and the ranger is now picking up the mid node for free. Blue team, it's such a huge investment putting all the 5 players here onto their home node. So they should really get a kill here. Currently their focus is split onto both Belzadar here and the Decap Scrapper that has a good amount of sustain. Now Belzadar actually went down and Zintrix looks pressured as well. So the investment, it might pay off, but Tendonic is going full rest here onto Belzadar. Doesn't quite connect as there's a lot of cleave around. And with that, Blue Team picked themselves up 2 kills. And now let's see how they actually spread it. As the 1v1 here on this side is a bunker matchup, probably not too interesting, but maybe at the threat of being decapped. So Red Team really needs to pretty much spread out, and far, if we look at that, it's uncontested. They just picked themselves a middle, which I'm not too sure about, but they chase for more kills, which is sort of okay if they can delay it, but there's no current point taking advantage for them, which means that they don't really hard capitalize on that, as now the Scrapper matchup here is neutralized. Tendonic now went down here as Larina connected the burst together with the Spellbreaker here, and now she's... Oh, okay, the good thing is the Condi Thief +1 was successful here by Garcos, as he used his Thieves Guild to share even more Venoms too. And there, get a good spike. Now, Belzadar is trying to get a pick onto the Power Mesmer, but there are multiple players in, basically there to cover him. With that, he has to pour it out. The thing is that they have a Spellbreaker, and I haven't seen the banner yet, and this is a huge rest skill that can really make a difference. Healbreaker offering a good amount of support here, and so far it looks fairly even, as Blue Team didn't fully capitalize on their teamfight win on middle. So let's see what's happening here, as Belzadar is pressured, but he's running Shadow Arts, he should be alright. Now, the Decap Scrapper is pushing onto the home node here, and Garcus could have a free decap. Gravity Well coming out onto Tendonic, and Larina might pick herself up a kill, but Belzadar is there and he goes down as well. So with that being claved and Garcus going for the decap instead of assistance here, let's see if Garcus can make the play here, as he put out the Shadow Refuge to maybe get a stealth off. Belzadar is trying to rest, but the Ranger should have a pet that's starting to rest right here now. And with that, they might be... Yeah, Belzadar went down, and that means Blue Team will recover from this. as the pet isn't really doing anything, target not there, and the bell is now in play, and blue team picked themselves up the mid node as well, as Zintrix is being pushed away by by Phoenix here, who's running a very, very offensive build. And with that, Garcus can now free cap the this point, and then the Scrapper 1v1. This will go on forever, as there's just so much to see and no kill pressure whatsoever, as both are running Celestial. So let's look at how the red team, which is currently pushed in their spawn, how they will coordinate something to get back, as Lorena is now being picked up here brutally. And with that, they can get home again. But the good thing is, blue team, their blow was uncontested, and they got a good jump and creating pretty much a point gap. That is a great win condition, because at a certain point you don't need to hold onto one like 2 nodes and just win with 1. Now the heal break is being pushed off, the node is neutralized, and with that Thief picks up the home node and will now come into the fight as well. And with that, they are on a good way to recover here. The thing is that the Scrapper over here on this side, he's currently being 1v2'd, because Garcus went in here, and he's just stayed for so long that the bunker could pick up the node. This means this will go on for quite a while until this is actually neutralized, and this means good point gain for the blue team, even without something really happening, except for just player investment. Now the Gravity Well couldn't quite finish off a kill here, and Lorena, she's now dropping a well here onto Feather. But she's not dropping low. She has to kite because the Ranger is there to pressure. Greatsword 4 blocked a good amount of the burst here, and now Lorena is the target. The Warrior is there. Let's see if you can get the rest off, as Battle Standard is not available right now at the moment, and that means this team fight, it might go bad for blue team, and the Thief splitting as well might not be as good. Bell will likely come up very soon, and that means potentially more points for the red team if they can pick that up. The good thing is, however, though, that the blue team. Shut up, Ukami. As people don't know these inside jokes, the Scrapper 1v1 taking place is very uninteresting, as long as it's not being +1, which is the case right now by Lorena. So red team, they picked themselves up potentially their home node, even though it looks neutralized at the moment. And right now, Zintrix is hoping to keep this neutral right here. The bell is now in play, and blue team will pick up their node here. Great kill coming out onto Zintrax here. Belzadar won't be able to do anything about that. And with that, blue team should probably get an even bigger point lead, as Garcus is yet again uncontested here. And with the bell coming up, this could be a good opportunity. Ranger is now picking up his home node to keep basically one equal node for one node ticking, but Belz has to contest into players on DP Shadow Arts Thief, which doesn't really want to hold the nodes at all. But he's just trying to stall it out, as Farios, she cleaved Lori here. So there are a lot of things happening at the same time in this match right now. And if you look at that, Phoenix comes in for the rest, helping his e-girl. And Fefe, let's look. The gravity reset was... the continuum split reset was there. Question is if that can be cleaved out, and actually she manages to down both players here. Fefe, just the superior e-girl, and Belzadar, he was stalling quite successfully here, but Garcus pretty much punished that initially with the decap. However, he now went down to the Chronomancer burst, and the Warrior, he probably still doesn't have his banner, and he will now be pushed off. Red team, this is a great chance to come back, honestly, because they can pick up mid for free right now. Belzadar is really doing a good job at just pretty much allowing his team to do all the work and fighting, and he just picks up the nodes, and it's super fast back in the action. Now the Ranger will pick up his home node, and red team, they shouldn't really overcommit onto this too hard. Now Zintrax is dropping low, Phoenix getting great nade burst off. Belzadar, he tries to rest this, drops, but the pressure is there, although he could sneak this. It's possible, but Phoenix, he was aware of that, cleaved, and with that, Belzadar was pushed off, and yeah, great awareness there to really not get that rest off. So red team, it looks like this is the perfect definition of sort of overcommittal. Now Garcus directly attempts the decap here onto the Ranger. That means more node pressure, as his team now can sort of spread out pretty much, and get something like mid decapped, but red team's already there pretty much to answer to that. And another thing that we really have to mention is they didn't plus the bunker matchup so that it can be, so that it can essentially like tick for them in the favor. Although that happened right now. Balsadar was being picked off here, attempting the battle standard, but the stealth actually denies it surprisingly. I did not know that interaction, but Garkos went down. And imagine having a banner here at this point to save the thief. Very tragic waste of a cooldown here, as this means, both thieves actually go down as there was no rally happening. But now a team fight will break out on the blue team's home node. Larina looked very, very pressured here. And the Scrapper, he's just holding on to his node. This is degeneracy at its best and awful balance. Sorry to flame here, but it has to be said. Now, the blue team tries to collapse some of these players onto it, but the CC of that build is so insane, and the barrier that is gained by CCing people. Now, Larina is being resustained here by the Healbreaker, and actually we might see blue team spreading out. The map currently is totally neutralized, but Balsadar again capping for his team. He's not contesting it, but he's giving them pretty much a head start and then collapsing on elsewhere, as they picked up nodes which are really important. Red team struggles to keep themselves in this fight as Ferris is being picked up here and blue team is contesting the bell. If they get it, it would be 50 points for them, which would make a huge difference. And right now, Red, they got both side nodes. They really just want to stall, but they can't allow themselves to die at any point. Balsadar being picked up here by the gravity well. Blue team picks up the bell, and with that, they're equal in points again. All that two node setup here that they hold for quite a while, it's not going to matter. The Decap Scrapper attempts the rest here, and maybe he can even get it as there's just one Mesmer essentially cleaving, but that cleave is so brutal. Yeah, the question is if he should just contest his node as Larina. She could pretty much allow that rest, but therefore take his node away. The rest is still coming through, and with that gyro, actually the thief is picked up again. It's a great play here by the Andreas, who's running the Decap Scrapper, which he hates, by the way, which is funny to see. Now, at the same time, this investment basically by the red team, by the blue team, it really cost them something, because with that, that should not happen. Blue team actually picked themselves up the mid node, even though technically they invested a lot of plays over here. Now, Loli by choice, Furious is being pressured by the nade spam again. Phoenix got a great opening there, and with that, she has to kite away. Balsadar is picked off by the Chronomancer burst. So we see a very, very, very volatile matchup overall in here, as both teams have some quite bursty builds and some degen scrappers. So, yeah. Now, the good thing is that Garkos actually went down here, and with that they have a cleave against cleave situation. Garkos avoiding the battle stand. Oh, this is so unfortunate again. Oh my god. So, I mean, they are in voice chat, technically. They should better be using it. Because things like these cost them the game. It's technically so close, as both teams technically have win conditions here. Now the good thing is that if we look here over burst coming out here, but blue team basically 2v1 this, and with that they pick themselves up the node. They get they bleed Zintrax, and with this they're still in this. Decap coming out now from Garkos, and this is huge as the Ranger didn't cover that in time. Bell, a fourth node essentially, is now in play, and that means we really have to see where the action will be taking place, as Fefe is being picked up by Lorena here. And I'm saying it, blue team is still in this, the point difference is not huge, and now that she's being picked up and Bell is in play, the Ranger will try to contest Bell, because if Bell drops, this game is over. But right now, red team doesn't seem to have any nodes, and that means, sorry that I didn't cover the Lorena enough here, but that means if red team can get a node, they will slowly lose their point lead, and the game is fairly close now. It's coming to 3 minutes, and the Ranger has to hold a 1v4 setup. Unfortunate thing is that red team picked themselves up their home node again, so technically someone should go there as soon as possible and decap that. The Decap Scrapper is now attempting the rest, and his node is open, and Balsadar going for this crucial decap over there actually. And now that Tendantic went down, really it's just a matter of can blue team really come back from this, as now they lose their nodes, and with this node being picked up here, red team they look so strong in this. I would put my bets on red team right now, but Tendentic, the pet res and the gyro actually was enough, and Arena went down, and this might be the nail in the coffin, as they might take over this Bell teamfight right here, which is pretty much deciding it all. But honestly, is it really deciding it all? In my opinion, it was way more this map pressure and the decaps that were coming out here from Belzadar that really made the difference. However, blue team, they still try to hold onto this as good as possible, as there's potentially 75 points, but now that the entire map is neutral for red team, and Phoenix actually getting this kill here, they're still in this, as now both 2 kills came out, and this guy is pressured as well. And now Tenantic is the only one alive, and Lorena is sort of trapped in spawn. Blue team, if they pick up the bell, there's no there's no point sticking for red team. This is huge for them, as they can really come back from this. They managed to get the rest onto that as well, and now he has to hold onto a 1v4. And Garkos, he's fighting with Farias, who was just off note. He couldn't contest that as well. And now blue team, they have 1 node ticking, they have the point lead, and now they will pick up the bell. And let's as they, well, okay, look at that timeline. Isn't that a beautiful game? Blue team really coming back from this so closely, as the map state is really what mattered so much. But since Bell was in play, both teams could have gotten it, and so after all, this was a great match to watch. Beautiful. So yeah, welcome back everybody. And
So, did the Mesmer burst from 2, or was it all me?
Poor Q. Sadly, in this game, I didn't cover too many Mesmer bursts. I was sort of, I didn't catch them all. It was really sad, because I was sort of so busy with commentating.
The bell at the end.
Yeah, but the ending was fucking beautiful.
Was that all me at the end, or was it also the Mesmer?
Oh, so that's an internal discussion between you guys right now. I don't want to interfere with that. I'm not going to comment on anything there.
I think that was all me. Because my nade said everybody.
There could be something to it. But yeah, overall great performance by everyone. Now my throat is already getting a bit hurt, and Sneakers sadly left me. And we got Dra joining in as well, so yay. Sari as well, a few more stack players, so maybe it would be a nice time to maybe go for, what do you mean, team captains again? Because then we have a good player pool, essentially.
Yeah, go team captains.
Okay, so are there any volunteers again who want to, who basically want to volunteer here for drafting their teams and be responsible for stomping the enemy, or getting stomped? Sari wants to captain.
Wait, what did I want to say? Oh yeah. I forgot what I wanted to say.
Well, at least you're saying something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, go kill yourself.
Honestly, whoever feels like volunteering, join in and get the. Okay. I mean, if you volunteer, go for it. Join the team. So just 1 more for the blue team, and then select your team members. I'm just gonna relax, sit back, and not fuck my voice over too much, as the stream will probably go on for a little bit longer. Yeah, so any volunteers? Otherwise, I'll just randomly elect someone. Okay, Andre. Wait, is that... Okay, it's not Andreas. Yeah, it's someone else. Okay, so we got someone. Ah, it's Nox joining in. I mean, crying. That sounded sort of like Andreas. I'm sorry. Wait. And, yeah. Well, let's actually quickly get a coin. Decent one. Heads or tails? Yet it's tails. So that means blue team starts. Sorry, red team heads, blue team tails. Thanks. Yeah. So blue team. Yeah, technically everyone should be present here in the Discord call and hear that, but green. Wait, oops. So yeah, you can either type it out in map chat or just talk in here, since you could honestly chat in here. I don't fucking mind. I'm
Yeah,
having
we
a bit,
should.
yeah.
Conversation, to be honest.
Did I hear mines?
Well, good thing is there's no damage on them anymore, but they're still fucking obnoxious. Yeah, so... Does he know? Yep, Phoenix, join the blue team. Join the blue team. And let's see if we can get equally matched teams. Nice, sorry. Any fucking ubers in the chat again?
I'm gonna change my class.
Yeah, sure. But, got Phoenix is picked, so it's blue team's turn again. Oh, and thanks for the follow. Yeah, we're currently electing team captains. Sorry, not electing team captains, but the team captains are drafting their teams together, and we have a bit of downtime, but we'll have another PvP match covered soon. So let's just hope for the best. So draw, in case you're there and everything. Yep. Although question is, does he have this Discord or not? Otherwise, I'll just DM quickly. Although he's probably in here, so draw. Yeah, I can keep track of every name, but yeah, more people being elected. And again, interesting choices here, I believe. Also some Gizmo owners, nice, or almost Gizmo owners. So another pick for the blue team right now. Best fashion ever.
Don't look at it.
Well, fucking gnomes. I hate Azurus, but whatever. We're PMA here. Yeah, I don't know what you could critique about this. I would rock that IRL too, if I wasn't if I was a midget. Oh, sneakers for the blue team. Okay.
Because smells bad.
So nice. Welcome back, buddy.
What's up? I've just been chilling, watching the stream.
Oh, all right.
Kind of building Crayolas PC.
Okay, show's asking for the password for the arena. So technically, here's our Discord, and there you directly see the password on one of the information text channels.
Sure.
But yeah, it's not a secret, and pretty much everyone can participate in here. We just want fairly decent. We want fairly decently matched teams here, and yeah, that's it. Yeah. Also, I forgot to include Twitch chat again, but as soon as I'm going into this, the game will start. I will forget it, and the cast will be yikes again.
Give Shopkeeper password.
Yeah. I was expecting a troll, but in case that happens, we just ban whatever. Or like if he joins, I mean, you have to
troll. You want troll? I just don't want him in here.
But troll is funny.
Yeah, no, it's a friend, but I don't want him into you.
Why? Cause maybe
I hope
he'd go
he
thief and he'd be annoying to you.
No. I just want to make him feel bad or something.
Okay. Archie says hi, so hi back I guess to Archie. Where's Archie? But yeah, honestly, pretend as if he was picked and continue. to go with it, so we avoid the downtime. So technically he's already in there. All right. So last team pick for the blue team is the Ranger, interestingly, and now sorry not getting the opportunity to 1v1 Breno here, but let's see what they pick. So Belzadar for the red team.
Sorry, would get trashed anyway.
Are you sure about that? I mean, you'd get trashed.
Yes. No. Especially not Breno, what do you mean?
No, I meant again, sorry.
Breno's like the god of warriors, what do you mean?
The meme king, honestly. Like, every time I
He's
see
so-
it, I just laugh my ass off, honestly. I love to see it.
Slender, I mean, Breno's so feared. When Breno tells Slender to farm someone, Slender farms that person.
Yep. But
Slondy
Slondy is fuck as heck. I mean, sadly, I'm on his block and ganking list, but I know it's just for the memes and it's his playstyle, so I just laugh my ass off whenever I see it. And, whoops, we actually need to get the music back. I wasn't aware of that. The question is if we just want this beautiful no copyright sounds. Random ass music, but I'm surprised that they were sort of decent. Okay, so now that every team has 5 members, team captains have elected everything, proceed to join down to your channels. Jar's already in there. Join red and blue team channels so we can go over the builds and hopefully start soon. Also ray balls, etc. Yeah, okay, I'm already getting triggered by the music, so let me Crayola fortunately sent me something recently, so I'm just gonna try out that. Yeah, I saw some minimal or techno in there, which should be way better. Is that Boris? Pressure? Nope, but should still work just as good. Okay, quite minimalistic. Let's see the other things. Or Twitch chat, any recommendations, essentially. This quite smooth. Ooh. So, either way, we got some background music. Quite relaxed, quite chill, just like our matches. Except for the hype ending here. But let's look over these builds as Lorena is rolling. Yet another meme build. We saw it already with Dagger Folks, but now she's going even more insane and going for the staff here potentially. Then Sari picked up Rendo's build here with the Condi Berserker essentially. Then we see another warrior, Heelbreaker. Seen quite a few of them actually, surprisingly. It's a quite funny build, and I honestly will probably pick it up as soon as we're ending here. So then Garkus on his Condi Thief and Belzadar running a Nate Hollowsmith. Beautiful burst combo here. And Lorena as well. Like that shit is mental, but also quite easy to punish. Now that's a bit loud. I'm not sure what's the best volume for that, since I probably want some instrumental, but let's look, chat, do you have any recommendations for me? Yeah. So now, quite bursty setup, but they can pretty much stall it with the Berserker here, who can hold onto node easily. They got Zari on the side nodes. And red, let's see how blue team replies to that, because Nox is running Valkyrie Core Guardian with Greatsword. Kind of old build, but has been in the game for so long, and something really fun. Then we see Dra running, oof. Okay, he's probably switching builds right now, so can't really look at that yet. Before he was on the Condi Mesmer that's been played by someone like Helsa for instance, or him essentially, but now it looks like he's switching to Power maybe. Quite interesting, as there's a Condi Thief who could hard punish it. Then we got another Heelbreaker as well. We got Sneaks on a nice, running Deadly Arts. And picking up the Marauder Amulet to sort of counter the initial Condi spike here by Garkos. Good choice, honestly, since he'll outstealth him anyway with the Shadow Refuge. And he's probably trying to get some picks here onto Lorena. And then lastly, we have here the sort of side node ranger. He's running Valkyrie Amulet and Rune of Resistance, and he gets these crits. Yeah. Basically here from marksmanship, because we see opening strike has an increased chance, has 100% crit chance, and that means he can get a combo with 252, which is guaranteed crits and huge damage, because of all the ferocity and huge power, while keeping almost 25k HP. So great and interesting build. Played it a bit, but let's actually see how this game will now play out. As it looks like Sari will go for her home node and the Ranger will go for blue team's home node. So let's actually see how that plays out and who can get something done in the opening. As people are sort of unsure where to stealth. Garkos will just be able... Oh, they're going for the Might stack first, and now Shadow Refuge being dropped here. Blue team on the other hand, they push directly for the far node here onto Sari. She's running on the Berserker builds, and there are 4 players over there. So blue team just goes for 1 and 0-4 split here, and Sari is being picked off. And the heal breaker question is he there to rally Sari in time? The battle standard, will it come out? It has been interrupted potentially, and there was another CC. Now the red team is committing to a res here, and it looks like they don't even want to attempt the banner. Heal coming out, and now Sari will be picked up with that battle standard potentially, and that is pretty big now for them, as Dra was pressured and he had to teleport out. However, blue team, they picked themselves up the home node, and they're free capping mid. And another thing that we have to mention is that Sneakers went down. Lorena actually survived that. And now we're back again at a very outnumbered situation here. As the Core Guardian is now facing pretty much 3 players. He has to chase away. He's got a decent health pool, but as long as he has his elite available, which was now pulled, he should be fine. And Dra is there to come in with even more damage pressure. Like this is super volatile and can get insane amounts of burst out. So blue team with their superior opening, they got a little head start here, but now the question is there really someone to defend middle? And yeah, basically which team will get the next pick out here? And now there's again, as we mentioned, the heal breaker to sort of stall the this node. They don't have a lot of pressure, but others, like, they can sustain super well. However, Belsadar, he overheated. He went into Elixir, and he really needs some resustain, as he doesn't have his Hollow mode available, and Phoenix is there to chase that. He's running Mendes, but the pressure could still be enough. However, now Barrier coming out, and if Dra doesn't get in here to get that initial spike here, red team, they're getting quite a good lead out of that technically. If they really survive that and get map pressure elsewhere. But there's no map pressure elsewhere. And now with Belzadar going down, and sorry, getting the decap here, but it's not really going to matter as they get a different state. And there was a DC on the red team. In case anyone here wants to join, this is your time. This is your time. We just want to have 5 players, so quickly just join in as fast as possible here. And now Bells is probably going to push and defend his home node as he's trying to match that. Okay, Lorena's back, so... okay, we had it stuck in terrain, unfortunate, but... let's keep it going as blue team is now stealthed up, pushing onto Bells here. And if they can coordinate the spike well, however, shield 5 is there. Sneaks, hope if he had a steal to cancel that, this would be huge. But let's just see if Bells can survive all of this spam here. He goes into his Elixir. This is the most important defensive cooldown for Engineer. But Dra attempts the Continuum Split Shatter. Doesn't quite connect here. And Bells, he's fighting for his life. He should have stealth available really soon. And he will survive with that. Now Garkos is here for the stealth. However, Dra, we saw that Greatsword knockback here, pushing these people out. And with that, they might be even able to finish off that kill as Belzadar overheated again, but no kills so far, surprisingly. And blue team, they're in a constant they have mid and home for so long here. Now Garkos fortunately went for the decap there, but after all, it was a great it was just a great lead that they generated with that. Now Garkos didn't quite finish Dra here with his condition spike. So let's actually see where the action is now shifting as as Dra is trying to survive here into the Condi Thief. Sari is heavily outnumbered at the moment on her Condi Berserker build. So blue team will pick that up for free again. And it seems like red team is really struggling to hold onto their nodes and contest them in a team fight, because blue team seems to just have way more map control, essentially. And here we see the heal breaker just sustaining that as good as possible. But now Sneakers will stealth up again, and Bells tries to contest his home node again as Garkos. He's a thief. The far node. He doesn't really want that, but Dra went so low already. And with that, oh, actually the huge spike here from Dra, actually onto the Garkos here, because Thief he's such an apex predator, pretty much. You have to think of it like that. He really just gets so much pressure onto that because of the low cleanses. But great play overall. Now always crying went down, and Phoenix is attempting the rest here. There's no battle standard, and with that, Bells is going to get overheated yet again. But yeah, also like the finish coming out, and since there was no battle standard, this was really hard res, and he can just stall this node. However, Red Team, they don't even pick up their mid node, and this is such a huge loss potentially. Now they want to save Sari, which is understandable, but again they give up the opportunity to pretty much come back and get a good map state rolling in. They get Sari up, but what do they get? They get decapped amid home node of blue team is still ticking for them, and that way they constantly like lose more and more points here. Now let's actually see what's going on here. As Phoenix, he finally went down, and now with that kill potentially, like pretty much the sustain source down, they could potentially get something done in middle and snowball back from this game. But so far, blue team is holding onto their node and far node as well, and Dra is actually defending here into the Condi Thief. I'm surprised. Let's see if he runs the full glass build. He picked up Holbrag, and I'm surprised that he really does so well, as Condi Thief should be such a threat. Now always crying, he tried to hold on to his node for as long as possible, but now he has to pull his elite. But I feel like he greeded way too much for that. Now he probably has to kite up there instead of attempting that one. Belsadar, he connected the CC. Thanks for the follow coming in as well. But Battle Standard actually rallying that kill. So the question is where that came from. Cash actually able to get that kill, and now the Arena's countercleave with the Staff Tempest, something very troll. They managed to get this kill again, and Phoenix, he's not there to do a lot. So actually I was wrong with the battle standard, but it's a fucking whatever. Garkas is now pressuring Phoenix away, but this build has a lot of replies to Condi pressure, and we have to mention that there's still a 2v2 taking place here onto Gigantic, so he's stalling that out, bringing huge value essentially to that fight, as to his team here, as Red Team just picked up pretty much their first node. If we, for example, look at the timeline, it's so much blue, barely any red. So yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Did you already point out that Belts is running the overheat treat?
Oh no, I didn't. It's because we didn't look too much into the builds, but it's a quite interesting. It's also an explanation of why that happened. So now Tendantic being very pressured here. However, he had some cleanses. Garkas is trying to chase that kill, but he should be able to maybe resustain that. Now the good thing is Red Team finally got a snowball that they so desperately needed, but Blue Team is almost 200 points up ahead. Sneakers picked up that home node, and with that they have equally ticking points. Now middle is picked up. Blue Team is in a favorable position. So let's see if they can really now connect these kills, as Tendantic pushes onto the far node and hopes potentially to 1v2 and create value in that way. Now Sneakers is here to pretty much pick onto... Sneakers is here to pick onto Lorena, but he decides to basically group with his team. Like, if he can coordinate spikes better with Dra, that would be huge. But I know he's quite tired already. Always crying actually went down here, as Belts and Garkos were able to connect the spike here. And now we saw, overheat coming out, and that is actually huge damage as he's running this trade that Okami just mentioned here. We just see the sheer power scaling on it. So that was probably a huge surprise factor here, as they managed to pick up 2 kills in this setup. Now, Tobin went for the Raiden page, interestingly enough. Question is if there's anything to banner, for example, as that could be a good move, for instance, to keep a team fight going. But right now he's just peeling for Dra as good as he can. He will go down within a few seconds, and now Dra, overwhelmed by so many people. This is the chance for Red Team pretty much to come back from this, but the point lead is pretty huge. The 1v1, it's going on, sort of flowing the way. I'm not sure why, however, why the warrior would ever +1 into that, as it's... What does his plus do? Pretty much nothing. He should be pushing pretty much with Balsadar, for instance, and Lorena could pick up the node, but she just totally committed here pretty much, as 3 people are trying to push her down. This is like the perfect picture perfect overcommittal, the mistake that we often see in solo queue as people want a team fight and went too far straight up into the respawns. So Belzadar, he tried to bail Lorena out here, but actually looking like with success. So this was pretty close, and now that Garkos is here, Garkos has the opportunity to Shadow Refuge someone, get huge reses off, for example, or just peel in general. Now there's more CC coming out, and let's actually spectate Sneaks as he's dropping super low here onto the heel breaker. There was a battle start coming out, but it was mistimed, and with that Phoenix will not be able to get off that rest. He will be cleaved out as well as Lorena pulls the tornado, actually surviving with such a troll build if we just look at that. So surprising that we see something like that. How do I join these tournament scrims? I'll be going over that after the match, so please just remind me, and thanks for the follow. Now, Always Crying, he's trying to pick up the middle node here, but he will soon be potentially outnumbered. Blue team, after all, like, they're now getting sort of pressured away, but they had such a good head start as Red Team didn't really regroup and get these crucial kills. However, now we see a little bit of more chaos coming out as Lorena with her weird staff core elementalist picks up Always Crying as well, and that means they could maybe get a rest onto here. No, Garkos wasn't able to get that in time. However, the Shadow Refuge is there, and that means they can survive, fortunately. Now, something we have to mention is that Red Team wasn't able to pick up their nodes, and Tedantic, huge value here on the side note, honestly, because he 1v2'd for a long time, and then he also pretty much exploited the misrotation of our heel breaker here, who often plussed into Sari. Now, the Conti Thief pressure is quite big here, and finally they decapped the node, and that means point-wise, Red Team can come back from this, but if we look at the timer, it's very close. And now, something else we have to mention is that Bells is getting hugely pressured here. Natebird's coming out to sort of counter-pressure, but Sneaks with the Heartseeker, picking up Belzadar here. And now with that kill coming out, it can be hard for them. However, the Battle Standard came out, and Belzadar actually got the rally here. The big problem for Red Team, however, is that Always Crying got the cap onto the home node. Blue Team is so close to these 500 point mark that a decap would be so huge right now. They can't allow them, and Red Team has to spread onto the triple node if they ever want to come back from this. Now Dra is being heavily pressured, and we see another relock happening. So if anyone can join in, please do that as fast as possible, as this game is very close. Maybe we saw another bug with terrain again. Now, thanks Brenner for joining in. Sari is currently 1v2ing for quite a long time, but Belzadar is finally there, and Sneak's looking very pressured. And since Red Team has 2 nodes, they can actually out-tick Red potentially. But the most important thing is the decap right now. So yeah, also Shizi, welcome to the stream. I'm currently casting these in-house matches, and now they're trying to get a pick here onto Garkos, but more essentially, like, Garkos, he has to sprint, and he shadow stops, and to get that crucial decap, because that's all Red Team needs, honestly. They can hold onto these 2 nodes very fine, as Blue Team is sort of scattered, and they really depend on Dra, for instance, to get something done. Now, Brenner is contesting here into the mid node with his Condi Berserker, but it's a lot of pressure, and he's getting pushed away by Belzadar, and now Red Team, they're really coming back from this. This is quite huge. Now, Sari drops fairly low here, however, on here into the matchup. And now, again, Garkos stealthing around. And since first Dra picked up the node, but now with the decap coming in, this is all Red Team needs. And the timer is getting close, and so close is dropping. Yeah, so far Lorena is dropping as well, and any kill really matters right now in terms of points, as both the timer is ticking down. And now Lorena is going for the misform, surprisingly, and Sneakers, he's in downside right now. This guy, however, had a safe rest, but Garkos managed to pick up 2 kills here, and with that, Red Team might be actually able to come back from this fairly pressured point. Always trying to pick up that home node again, and Belzadar actually went down. However, is it really going to matter? What's really going to matter right now, aside from that rest, is really the 1v1 matchup. If there can be a decap coming out from Tedantic, but it doesn't look like he can push Sari off in time, and now the Spellbreak is there to resustain. It's with the support here coming out from the shouts and tactic straight line. With that, they're going to push him away, and Red Team, they might be able to take this game away here from Blue Team, as we're now looking into mid, which is uncontested. Sneakers trying to push into here. The node was neutralized, but Red Team team actually managed to get 20 points ahead here. And with that, oh my god, it is honestly so close. Another kill being picked up here for red team, and that might mean now they're neutralized. No one defended mid here. This potentially would be the chance, but the good thing is though that they +1 the side node. Breno tries to pick that node up here, but red team is so close to these 500 points. So again, what really mattered here was to roam onto the far node at the very end, since both teams were so damn close. But yeah, we had some quite unfortunate disease or knockbacks here from the Ranger, as the Ranger managed to push someone into this wall here and Lorena on the red teams and had to reconnect. So yeah, close game again. I'm happy to see that, even though we had unfortunate circumstances. If we just look at the timeline, this was technically a huge comeback as red team sort of coordinated themselves well and came back here from the snowball. So now, yep. Thanks for thanks for pointing that out. Should have probably scrimmed earlier in here. But honestly, if you see someone DCing, you can straight up join in and fill that as soon as possible. We'll take care of that. So yes, this is actually the fucking trash thief himself. So no, I didn't mean you sneakers. Get away. So,
Definitely did. I was just pressing 2 as hard as I could, man.
Yeah, see? That's why you lost. Sorry.
I have 2 questions.
What?
First of all, why didn't you go close? And second, where was Shadow Arch?
Yeah, come on, we don't need that. So either way, someone asked basically how you can join these scrims in-houses, whatever. So it's we're hosting this as a weekly event. It's an in-house. We called it the Inhouse League. It's pretty much free to join in-house. We just expect like decent understanding of PvP, roles, etc. So that would work decently. And yeah, people need to join the Discord here so that we can sort of coordinate matches, have even teams. And then yeah, we're just broadcasting these private matches, trying to explain some concepts, maybe deliver some content, and the players as well some decent matches that might be kind of different experience as they're all in voice chat, from ranked or unranked. It pretty much popped up during off season as Crayola and Sneakers tried to organize something.
Also, like Illithex is doing a phenomenally fantastic job of casting this. But don't be afraid to talk, because this is basically the thing we're here for. Like, any insight, any discussion should be approached with.
Yeah, also,
praise. It's good.
Yeah, we will announce these on the Discord link that I've just posted there. So you can just join there. We announce this as a weekly thing, but our in-house essentially is taking place each and every Sunday, unless a lot of people aren't there to organize exactly in the scheduled channel. There you'd see events. Also, there's a nice team tournament coming up from the Delusional Elitists. Halden is hosting that. It has some decent prize pools.
There's also and Teapot's one as well.
Yep.
So there's Halden's one, which is more aimed at the grassroots level. So if you're not a Gizmo winner, essentially, you can get involved. So if you're above average, get a team, get involved. It'll kind of, even if you're not like that confident, playing against better players will improve you as a player, because then you can rewatch the gameplay and see what you did wrong. But yeah, so there's both levels available. It's popping off.
Quickly to mention the map chat, we're having a free to join again. So that means we don't elect team captains, like for example in school sports, but people can just join. We want technically we don't want something like stacked holosmiths in each team, for example. We want some only specialization. Specialization stacking is not allowed. And yeah, we obviously try to moderate to get some even teams. So yeah. Depressed Mesmer main, is that okay? Oh, nice, Ginger joining in for the first time. So yeah, anyone wanting to join the blue team here? Because then, I mean, Sari, Bells, Ginger kind of stacked, but then we got Dra. Okay, I'm happy. Dra Asukaya joining in on the other side. However, let's look at the team comps if everything is fine there. If everything is fine there. And also, just if you have any ideas, if we should maybe switch players, etc., just throw it into here. Yeah, also there's a map chat that you're obviously not seeing. Good, sorry, I again forgot the that we can show the Twitch chat here. Beginner streamer setup. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. All these autismo. Oh yikes. Yeah, okay. But firstly, let's focus on these matches, because as soon as everyone would technically agree on this sort of setup of players, proceed to go down into your team channels, discuss strats there, you can re-roll, etc. And yeah, let's get another game going. Also, my back kind of hurts, actually. Yep. What's wrong?
Why am I getting ignored?
Oof. Well.
Oh my god.
Torben.
Tell Arena and map shit to look at fucking DMs.
Well, isn't that your job? You can just whisper, you can PM on Discord, etc.
Dude,
I'm host. I'm doing a professional moderation in here.
I can't. No internet for.
Okay, so you're knocked out at the moment. Yikes. Oh wait, so were you in blue team?
Yes.
Okay, so then we'd need one more player to join the blue team potentially, as Phoenix is out right now. What the fuck? Well, why did I even show the Twitch chat? Professional isn't in our budget. Yeah, okay, that's why I'm here.
That's so true.
So can you do me a favor and tell her?
Well, Tedantic joined in, but yeah, I can also tell her what's going on.
Just look at DMs, fucking bitch.
I know. Okay, I'll quickly do that for you. But now, yeah, people can just join down there. Torben, we're also having a small echo in here.
What?
Yeah, it's small. Just mute yourself maybe during the cast and everything. Yeah, also growing my hair out at the moment. First, honestly, whatever. So, since we got both teams joining, yep, both team channels are complete. So that means we can now go over the team comps, quickly explain it a little bit there. Yikes, if my Discord wouldn't bug around. So, Akami, he tries a lot of random things. He picks up a core tactics spell, warrior, not spell wrecker, sorry. Kind of nice sustain with the shouts here and everything. But he will be facing a ranger, so let's see how that actually plays out, as the weakness application and chill can cock it kind of hard, and it's hard to actually get kill pressure into that. We've got Garkos running his Condi Thief gun, just Roma having some nice utility with the Shadow Refuge, Sari joining in with her core ranger as well, probably to match Tedantic here. Running some slightly different things. Then we got Ginger joining in for the first time. He's running the Condi Mesmer build. Condi Chronomancer build, which has been popping up recently, and I personally like it a lot. It really relies on the Chrono Phantasm and spamming these illusion. It has really high Condi application while maintaining solid defense. Then we see a Night Hollow Smith. It's pretty standard, but with one pretty significant difference here. We will see a lot of overheating coming out from Balthazar as he picks up this trait, which allows for some huge bursts upon overheating. Then Dorvina, more troll builds, why not? It sort of works, right? Cash running the heal breaker, which offers solid sustain. It's a good all-rounder. Then blue team picks himself up a Thief for the roams. And Dra went for Condi Chronomancer here as well, so that's nice to see. Then Tedantic pushing straight onto the far node, but will he see that red team will start right here? Shadow Refuge was dropped. The question is if they really collapse here onto the home node, because that means low map pressure for them, honestly. Now, they're not all going there, which I probably like a lot. So right now we see a 2v2 taking place on far, and 3v3 here over here. Gravity Gravity Well already coming out, but not really connecting onto anything. Now, technically, Lorena is quite easy to pressure here, but so far the targets are fairly split. Ginger teleporting out, and with that, Tudantic is up there, kiting quite well, and so far no kills coming out, as there's a Spellbreaker who could potentially even rally something. A quite more volatile matchup would be the Condi Thief and Hollismith here. Now Garkos dropping very, very low. Sirat not finishing that off, sadly, and Belsadar, he has to kite away, now being trapped by the Gravity Well. Thief has to chase that, but Belsadar has the Elixir. There are barely any cooldowns left, honestly, here. So it's still some free kills, and now they just decide to disengage and potentially pick up the mid node here, which is uncontested. And Garkas, he will probably have a round, even though like this teamfight looks sort of worth the plus, as Tudantic is dropping down now. The depressed Mesmer main going for the stomp here. Spellbreaker tries to interrupt that. Question is if we will see a battle standard, and with that, oh, it actually did it miss, or was it just prevented through something like poison? The rest is not coming out with that. Very, very unfortunate. With that, Lorena drops down as well, and now Blue Team will spread out, keep their home node probably, and get the Spellbreaker to sort of hover around middle. I like to call it monkeying around middle. Also, thanks for reminding me that my facecam was way too huge again. Really need to watch out for that. Monkeying around there, just keeping players present, but not contesting the node or doing anything to it. Now, Red Team with that, they pick up 2 nodes at the moment. Dra is contesting that, but Garkos, he tries to sneak a decap. He will be, however, there in time to get that Condi opening, but this one is not going to matter as much. Now, the Spellbreaker, he tries to just contest this, but he doesn't have any real pressure, and therefore probably won't get the decap. Now, let's see if Garkos and Lorena, if Lorena's +1 here can make the difference. Garkos goes for the decap again, and Dra, can he be there in time? Blinks onto it, beautiful, to keep that node. Keep that node here. Now, Lorena will be pressured quite heavily, as she's running a fairly troll build. Steph has some nice CC and all of that, zone control, but now with the Gravity Well coming out here from the Red Team, not really connecting onto anything. Blue Team, they are really forced to make a move here, because Red Team has 2 nodes, and the buffs are so far away that this will not change, and they're in a fairly comfortable situation. Ginger is dropping low, however, he went for the juke here by teleporting up, and oh, the CC connects. Lorena, will she have enough? Belsadar also trying to spam some nades in, and with but it won't be enough counter pressure essentially, and that means if Blue Team could pick up a kill here, this is exactly what they need, because they need kills and then use these kills to outnumber and spread onto different nodes. Yeah, Bal's not going for that kill here. Actually, the Elixir was forced out as well, but Lorena, the question is if she really has any good resustain with the sort of troll builds here. Some ability, porting away and getting out with a sliver of health. So now let's see, since upper buff is now in play, some teams could, Red Team would have the opportunity to generate a big point lead if they pick that up. But we have to look at that, as the Gravity Well came out from Dra. Okami was trapped in it, and the question is if Ginger can really just stall this, because now there's even more CC and potential damage pressure. However, Dra, he straight up goes for the cap, and therefore this one node will now be enough to match the point tick, and that means that they picked up the kill, they can collapse onto middle. Garkos, however, with the crucial move, Dra following and seeing that, being aware of it, attempting the decap. This would be huge, because then he'd deny the upper buff completely. So after all, just threatening with that was a huge play in my opinion. And great rotation by both players there, but Garkos definitely getting a lot of value just from the decap threat there. As Dra had to invest some cooldowns. Now there's a fight breaking out at the sort of lower area here with the tunnels. Let's check what's actually happening, since it's sort of clusterfuck. Yeah, Ginger trying to kite out. Red Teams, they still own this node, and now Lorena dropped down as she's running something super glassy. Mist from coming out, but I don't see how this can be a potential rest here. Red Team will just cleave that out, and with that, they keep this node probably. And Garkos now with a decap. This is pretty big, honestly. Doesn't really matter that this was neutralized. Dra's Gravity Well not being a turning factor here for the Blue Team, and that means Red Team, they look in such a healthy spot. Sari, a very experienced ranger, looks so confident in this duel. Really just stalling Tudantic. getting this node capped. However, now she knows that the thief is coming, going barely onto the no port spot, giving up that node, giving it away. Completely correct decision here. And then she looked very fine this 1v1, so she might even be able to get the decap. Now, red team, they are in a huge advantage as they even pushed onto the far node and got something done there. Balzadar is hovering around middle, and Lorena, she doesn't really have that much to answer to the Condi pressure, so if Ginger could actually get some decent spike going onto her, that would be huge. However, Cleanse is still available here. She now blows it for the resustain though. If Bells, for example, came there, that could be a nice picked up kill. However, now the Spellbreaker is there to resustain, but something we have to mention is that Drow went down in this outnumbered state. He had to sustain the Condi Thief as well for so long. Now the Spellbreaker attempts the battle standard. However, it looked like it was cancelled, and that means Akami might go for the cleave here. However, the Thief is there in time, and that means they will get this. They will get Drow up again. And now that they... Oh, sorry. Something super important happened, which was the lower buff. The reason why Sari picked that up for free is because Tendantic went down to the lower buff. However, it was not there in time, and that means red team picking up both the upper... Sorry, what the fuck? Picking up both the upper buff and lower buff, 6 points ticking at a time. So that fight, even though it went well for blue team, they invested so much into that, with having the Spellbreaker there, the Thief. It was such a big investment. Red team had the opportunity to go for free buffs. They even keep their notes, and with this, it's such a deciding thing here in this matchup that will probably finish this game very fast, as there are 2 points ticking in a second. Lorena being pressured out here by the Connies again. Silrath's decap was a good thing here, since the buffs are ticking, but Okami will just go in for finishing this kill. Dra attempting the rest here, but Okami, he has to see with Rampage, but it's not going to be enough to cleave. However, red team, they honestly, at this point, they really just need to hold onto one node. This is already their win condition. Thanks for mentioning that with the camera. I know I can sort of forget it sometimes while moderating, but with Bells and Sari here in middle, this is all they need. Garrukos even got the decap successfully here on blue team's home node as Drow was roaming to pretty much help with that kill that or that downstat that Okami generated. But now he will be outnumbered and will go down. But that slight disadvantage will not matter too much unless they actually manage to decap here. Silrath picks up the decap, but on the other hand, Bells went for a kill. Now, this is technically a great opportunity for blue team to come back. However, the red team is so close to these 500 points that they need to contest 3 nodes and play it flawlessly. However, Belt's now pushing back here onto the mid node, picking up a decap. Question is if Garkos has some cooldown. No, he doesn't have any cooldowns, and that means he might be pressured. Now, Shortbow is available, so he could technically roam out. And now, if you look at that, Drow was picked up on red team's home node, as there were 2 respawns coming in. So, with that, Sari will now pick up the node uncontestedly, and with that, it's pretty much a nail in the coffin in case red team ever picks up a node here, as they're so close to this. And blue team, they get some kills. It's nice. Drow was sort of punished for overstaying here while respawns were there, but they can't really hold onto these nodes, and Garkos honestly did some huge decaps or just pressuring Dra away to go back to his home node. Now, he's plus running that mid fight right now. Sadly, they aren't really able to get a cap here, as Bells maybe doesn't have enough pressure to get through that heal breaker with huge sustain. Lorena, however, she managed to down Garkos, which is big, but now we again mentioned the win condition here of red team. As soon as they pick up a node, they can hold it, and they just stick onto the home node here. Tendantic is in a 1v2 situation, and that means, red team will now, with that kill, they will pretty much finish it off. The really hard thing for blue team here is to split on 3 nodes, not allow any cap. They have to contest everything and not die for it. So that means they're likely to be outnumbered and get killed. And if you're in that situation, it's honestly just best to go for a big spike and get your roamers to coordinate something. And with that, red team had a good display here, and just pretty much keeping side notice in check with the Thief, which was very well demonstrated here. So now, let's welcome our players back into the call. As we're coming close to 3 hours of stream already. So
Really,
welcome
like,
everybody.
All warrior.
Yeah, I play that too myself, or like I created an alt account just to spam warrior and get good at it. And I played core tactics because I didn't bother getting POF, so I called it budget spellbreaker.
Hello.
You're
Hello.
back.
Hello.
Welcome back. Finally.
Why are you ignoring? And how long do in-houses go for?
What do you mean?
That's a good question. I mean, as
Oh.
long as I'm able to speak and as long as people are willing to play, we can give these in-houses. And Slonder
guys,
is back.
Okay, guys, let's
Pop
make
you.
this go on for 7 days.
No.
To be fair, those
I gotta work
streets
tomorrow.
are always available and open. Like they don't never close, you know.
Can you look at your chat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm watching the chat. Nice camera.
Not you.
What?
No, not you.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Cargo
fuck.
and the boys.
I'm ignoring.
Yeah, also.
Hey, why are you so mad at me?
Beautiful mesmeteers.
Wait. You want to know why I'm mad at you? I had to draw down on fire. I interrupted the banner, and then when I tried to kill him, I thought this will be safe, but then you were there interrupting me.
Oh.
Doing what me. I felt
F
so
in the
bad.
chat. So, guys, we're
I
still
interrupted the banner.
we're still a decent amount of players. So, should we just go for maybe for a last match or try to continue even more? I mean, we're enough players to fill the 10. So
Could try something funny like 5 necro minion monsters versus whatever's.
Yeah, but the necros aren't allowed to attack.
oh god, guys, your ideas. 5 chronos, 5.
5 thieves, please. We did an unranked once. That was fun.
Yeah.
You can see when people have a chance to create their own matchups, they wanna
Loading.
go for
Yeah, what happened?
Can you look at your chat?
Yeah, so I'd say we just go for normal free to join. That didn't sound safe for work. So yeah, free to join again, guys. Enjoy your fucking time.
Garkos
Enjoy
join
the
red.
troll.
I want a Connie and a normal thief.
Okay, fuck this, I'm getting ignored.
Aww. Oh, that's almost sad. But yeah, people can join again, and I mean, if Slondy isn't here in the voice chat, doesn't get to join then. Although it would be so fun to have him on here, because I really want to. I'm not sure if he played PvP or not, but mechanically he's, in my opinion, great, super great.
Let's see who's not gonna ignore me. Tsukaya's gone. No, he's in blue team.
F. So yeah, one team member missing on each time. Yes. Yeah, I was surprised. Also, thanks for the follow here. And yeah, Lorena pulling out a lot of weird core elementalist berserker eagle route. Like, what the fuck? How? Like,
What do you mean how?
how are you not permanently that, essentially? So, Hidden Dragon, just quickly going to post the Discord link here. We use this to pretty much coordinate this. This is a weekly event. In there you'd see arena and schedule channel, and there you see the arena passwords in the text channel, like one of the things above, if you join that. And then we're currently in the arena, in the Inhouse Leagues Conquest Arena. So yeah.
Okay.
Password, you can find that on the Discord in case you're interested.
Just joining red to show that I'm in there. I will swap class.
Yeah, but the thing is, oh wait, now it's Berserk, so tactically class stacking, but also more followers rolling in. So thanks everyone for joining the stream. Also, we have quite a high viewer number, pretty much consistently. So thanks for joining everyone, and also being active in chat. That's really nice. Quickly gonna get back to the chat, but yeah.
Thank you for joining as well.
Yeah. So where can I join? Yeah, pretty much go through the Discord. what's mandatory is basically that you're here in the call with a lot of people right now. Because with this call, we pretty much coordinate, yeah, can someone join this here and there. There.
Full now?
Chat like spots.
Perfect for good tactics.
Wait. Are there any 6 human? I need. Oh,
Lorena, can you
Crayola.
look your fucking
Crayola
chat?
wants something. You want butts? Okay.
Wait, red team just now full.
Mhm.
I have no whispers.
I mean Discord. Oh my
Oh my god.
Are you fucking
Yeah, these noises.
Why
Either way,
use Discord to chat?
there's just one player.
Follow is rolling in, so thanks everyone for joining the stream. Also, we have quite a high view number.
Okay, so firstly, I need to mute that.
Thanks for joining, everyone, and also being active in chat. That's really nice.
Boop. So yeah, there was an echo here, so that's why I muted it for now. Serve internally, but yeah, just explaining this pretty much. Okay, so just explaining the principle in here, like. It's technically free to join for everyone. You just need to basically have the discipline a little bit here and decent understanding of roles and mechanics of your class.
Please kill me, I don't have tactics. I wanted to swap, I wanted to get out of combat, you fucking sorry. Kill yourself.
Get shit on. Hey, that's a gamer word. We don't say that here. Lorena. I know I love to say certain very offensive shit as well, but we're public here. Gamer words, language.
Keep yourself safe.
Can I say I'm gonna kill myself?
No,
Yes.
we're. Come on,
Is anybody
guys.
coming blue team?
Come on,
Yes,
Grail,
anyone?
I'm gonna kill myself.
There we go.
What?
Alright, come on. I'm gonna mute you then, if you continue.
Nah,
honestly,
we'll just take this red.
I know memes are memes. Yeah, it's fun. I'm fucking depressed as well, but still, no need to drag that out even more than necessary. So
No, I'm not depressed. What do you
yep. So I don't know, Cicero, make sure you basically fix your microphone setup and everything, and yeah, just probably okay. Side notes, teams, okay, so it's one strength spell break at least. Side note is side, okay. I mean, this looks actually sort of okay. We have a maybe blue team is a bit stacked. Sorry, Ginger. Yeah, it should be fine though. Should be fine, but I think blue team has something quite solid. So technically, yeah, I think we can get started with the games now. Everyone should proceed to go down into the team channels, so you can talk about the strats or anything. Or just say how shit everyone is. I don't care, honestly. Just keep it PMA as always, and then we can go over the builds and get the game started. Yeah, so okay, let's see if I have to drag anyone down there. Brenner red team, quickly gonna yeet that down there. Someone missing?
I'm getting fucking pissed off. Cause I'm.
Yeah, I know. Was your Wi-Fi down or something else? Or electricity. Now I'm gonna unmute Cicero here quickly, like server wide. But so far it's just it's just muted people in blue team. Beautiful. So yeah, there's one missing on each team. Sorry. Okay, Lorena, you go down to red team. Boof. And for blue team, Ginger, Cash, was Smoke.
No.
Okay, they're not there, but honestly, it's probably more of a muted round, and let's just hope for the best here.
Getting ignored by those is pissing me off. Fuck you.
Yeah, not anymore, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just for the guy in the chat here that joined. Yeah, just have a decent understanding of the roles. It's pretty much like, because we still want a decent quality here, and we have some quite high-rated players as well. Like, for example, Draft, for instance. But either way, let's actually go over these builds as both teams are probably just getting ready here. So let's just explain all of this again, and also change back to the fucking face cam and everything. I'm sorry for basically these mistakes here with the scuffed stream, but yeah, let's look over what they picked here for themselves. So you're rather running with a pretty standard Shadow Arts CP Thief, Breno still on Condi Berserker, something he's theory crafted, Lorena with the Longbow Greatsword, Call Warrior, quite nice. Used to be a thing back in the day. Then we see the Power Renegade, which is more commonly picked over Revenant at the moment. And then Okami is running a Knight Soulsmith, looking pretty standard. Now, the Ranger's actually pushing here into the middle as well. It looks like he's sort of trolling around, and he's got a short bow, so it will most likely be a sort of hybrid Condi build. Kind of weird, but it's not like we've had enough memes. Now, both warriors picked up their home nodes, and the teamfight is breaking out here, and Okami looks very pressured. Now the gravity wall coming out as well, but no kills falling so far. Huge shield 5 there by Okami, stunning multiple people, and if you could get a supply crate or a big grenade barrage, that could be a lot of pressure. The Renegade of the red team dropping fairly low as well. And now something we have to mention is that Sari roamed from her home node that she picked up to the far node, indirectly contesting that, and now there will potentially be a 1v2 taking place, as Crayola is still sort of around there, but Sari is a very, very confident duelist, and the red team's thief is now just punishing pretty much that rotation that Sari did. By full capping that. Obviously, he's not going to contest and defend that, but he just wants to basically match the map pressure that Sari just created there. Now, if we look at middle, the Renegade went down, and it looks like blue team, they will have the upper hand here in this fight, as Lorena is holding onto this node by herself against multiple people, and the Condi Mesmer is free casting from down there. Thief is there as well, so now she should definitely hurry up to go on the no port spot, but they're leaving her, surprisingly enough, and we see Crayola going for the decap instead to neutralize what the red team thief just generated there. Now, Sari, she had to give up her node here, as there are multiple people approaching. Now, she pushes back onto it, but overall, this game really looks like a clusterfuck. My camera is bugged again, so we go and spectate Ra here, as he tried to get some pressure onto Brenno, however failing with the gravity wall. Brenno actually really needs to survive this here, because if he would survive it, it would be quite big, because blue team is investing so much into here, and red team, they picked up the middle node. No one is contesting that, but there was a kill coming out onto Okami here, and now he will... Oh, CC actually coming out on the Craniola as he was trying to get a Shadow Step Stomp here. Red team manages to get that res, and this is perfect for them, because they're just stalling that out. They have the upper hand in terms of ticks, and with that, this looks quite well. Now, blue team picked themselves up their home node, and Okami, he has his shield skills. Kit is, the Elixir is available as well, but he should go for the no port spot, as he can get collapsed on quite easily. He will probably get his heal off, but now with the F1, that's 2 kills picked up for blue team, and now they should really spread out and get something done with the advantage that they already got, because they have 2 kills. They really need to hurry up. The thieves are already in a 1v1 setup, but Skyhammer is in play, and Sari will contest that, and this is quite good. There's a kind of stalled 1v1 taking place. Brenno will have a hard time to push that really off, and the Spellbreaker can sustain himself quite easily. Now, let's look at what's happening. Okay, so Sari picked it up. Cash, he just kites away, which is good, as both the Renegade and all these respawns came in. So this is great. He kept track pretty much of these death timings and everything. And yeah, Brenno was big pock essentially there, just really holding on to that for so long. He generated so much value for his team, as they had the mid node for so long. But now blue team picks up their home node, picks up their mid node, and that means now they're ticking aggressively here. And that means red team has to make a move, because holding onto that close node, they will have trouble getting that heal break off. But now with the pick coming out onto Seal Wrath, blue team will have they will have a numbers advantage for much longer, and this will delay red team even more. So now Okami and just the Renegade are pushing into this kind of weird 2v2 setup. Thieves do not like to be in 2v2s or like even outnumbered situations. Unless they want to peel for someone and get them out. Jinja going for the kiting spots here, but he doesn't use his heal yet, because he wants to get his summons and illusions out first, so that he gets resets with it. Phantasmal Mage not coming out yet, but going for a huge combo there, and this looks so damn awesome. Let's be real. Chronomancer, if you can play that, it's such a fun class, if it would be viable, which we might see with the current Condi theory crafts. Now, However, there was a lot of power pressure after all coming out from the Renegade and Hosmith as well. He's kiting so well, but the pressure is getting bigger and bigger. And if he can chase that, this would be huge. Now, with that, he will be picked off, and we have to take a look at what's happening over here on the red team's home node, which is still contested by the blue team, as Breno is pressuring Crayola onto off node. Kited well, no one followed, and with that, he's probably able to survive if he can get his heal off in time, though. Yeah, he will get it, and with Hatpot available, if he can go for a stun chain, he can really get some good pressure off. However, Bassi available. That's a stun, and now he has to stun break that quickly. Shield 5, he will most likely go down, and with that, red team, they get control back over their home node. But Brano's still alive with a 1% HP. If he could get the stun, he could get his heal off. This would be good. But with that, blue team, overall great pressuring of the map here as they're contesting middle, far, and actually winning the fights on close. Now let's look back onto Ginger, who's been trying to get a lot done here. Now the heal breaker is back to sustain, and with that they land a nice combo as the heal breaker has some decent CCs like shield bash, and some immobilizers to really set a burst for someone and at the same time provide good amount of peel. Now that's home node for them picked up, and Brenner will contest the Skyhammer. If no one is going there, blue team pretty much loses their momentum, which would be great. The triple cap would be negated, and so far no one is contesting that. I think this is a mistake. My camera is bugged. I'm not pressing anything right now, by the way. But either way, more kills coming out here for blue team as they pick up Lorena, as they pick up Akami, and now they just get respawns. Great that they picked up the Skyhammer, but so far just numbers-wise, blue team is still ahead, and they can just pick that up again. Let's just hope that red team pretty much can exploit that red team is technically forced to spread out and get some kills at some points. But right now, they spread evenly, and this is not what you want to do. The Renegade would love to be right now here on close, outnumbered, get kills, because if you get these kills, you get a numbers advantage that you can translate onto other nodes. If you spread out evenly again, you're not having an advantage anywhere, and the respawns and everything, it's so delayed. They probably have cooldown advantages, and yeah, overall not what you want to do. And I still I'm not doing anything, by the way. Now the Ranger will try to 1v1 here into Okami again. He's got the node on, but Okami has some decent pressure, and with that this will be neutralized very, very soon. Supply crate coming out, and maybe that's actually a kill pressure here from him. He'll will be interrupted, or like not there in time. And now let's take a look at what's happening over here in the middle, as the Renegade is forced to 1v2 this. Now with Crayola coming in, this is very dangerous, and he should just retreat to that no port spot. It would be much more valuable than dying on node here and getting this sort of suboptimal legends. Although, wait, no, never mind. But yeah, jump pads and all of that, he needs to make use out of that. It would be way better. Because you see, this build has a good amount of sustain, misses the jumping pad, really good. I guess, sorry, but actually interrupts his elite with that. Now, he doesn't need to stack onto that node for so hard, because the thing is that blue team got that, and it won't change, and they can just stand on there. He doesn't have the pressure pretty much to change anything, so he can just kite off node, and it's all good. Now we see Drago going for the kite there again, but now that Sari is coming in, they look to 2v2 this pretty much, because they don't like to 2v2. They don't have as much setup, and now Sari is pressuring Breno here quite heavily, and with that, that's a kill going down, but the Ranger looks kinda unhealthy. And now Sari decides to bleed that in case the Ranger drops down here, so that she can just rally it as Breno is slowly bleeding out. Now he decided to go into the Vengeance, and with that, blue team will pretty much pick that up. So let's look into the mid node, what's happening here, as Ginger is forced to kite. He was outnumbered, it looks like, for quite a while, and they actually managed to get a pick onto the heel breaker. Now, the big thing again is that Skyhammer is in play, and again, no one is contesting that. We see very, very free Skyhammers. It's Lorena picking it up this time, but this time it just sites being picked up here for each team. And red team, they can really use this. It's quite handy, as they could potentially come back from this. Yeah, and that means this node will be neutralized. The sort of successful fight here will be delayed, and with that, now the good thing is Drago, great rotation here by him, contesting that home node, because who's gonna match that? The Thief? Nah, he doesn't fucking care. Now blue team, again, they have a node in favor, and with that they might even control sites. They lost some people, we just fucking push sides, and oh my god, this is a fucking camera bug. Yeah, that means they split and pushed onto the sides, give up middle, because they will invest so much right now, and now, oh my god, this was pretty good gravity well here coming out from Ginger, who I probably have mistaken for Dra here for quite a while now. So yeah, pistol is coming out, not quite connecting. So red team, I feel like if they would focus Akami down, it might be an easy target to punish. However, Lori is already looking fairly unhealthy. Crayola coming with the Heartseekers to finish that kill off. And this is what blue team needs to extend their point lead, as they really need to get something done. The Renegade managed to pick up the Ranger here, and now at the same time, we see Sari being in a 1v2 situation. The Thief is attempting to get a kill done here, but Sari does a great job at kiting, and Brenda is chasing that. However, the stun chain coming out, and Sari tries to counter pressure. She actually managed to get her heal off, and now the respawns are there, and with the Spellbreaker, this looks kind of healthy, kind of good. The question is if there's enough map pressure to pretty much push them off. However, again, the Thief, they do not want to be in these sort of even fights. Brenner will hold onto his node, which is huge. Having these side nodes for red team is so good to come back from this. And now Lorena will push into the Ranger, which can take quite a while, but hopefully they really need this decap right now, red team, to get back points wise. Their engineer has to match a Mesmer, which is not the best matchup for them. Now Sari tries to get this stun off, but the power damage by the Renegade, it's a lot of pressure. However, she was just killed so quickly here. That means now Brenno is the one actually being pressured, as they all had to jump up to this spot. Good and patient decision there. But Brenno, he's dropping fairly low, and Okami, as I mentioned, bad matchup, was going down there. And that means blue team, they can really come pretty much finish off this game here, because now with the Renegade going down as well, they win both sides. They can now collapse onto the mid, and Skyhammer is in play. Red team need to go for this. They need to wipe this map pressure, but they're low on numbers, and this can be bled out. So overall, this is looking so good for them. The cap here in middle, it's not going to matter, but the decap coming out here from Zereth, this is big. This is going to matter, since this pretty much stalls the entire situation and the point gain that blue team could get here out. Now Brenno is sadly forced to 1v2 the Skyhammer right now, but it's great that he contests it. It's not the greatest thing, but both of these classes do not have the best DPS pressure, but I'm not sure if Brenno can sustain that by himself, so he needs the Renegade really to come to him, or it's just sort of swap him out, essentially. Now Stepward will be dropped, but Brenno, he doesn't like to be there. Crayola, however, good decision. He decides not to chase that, but instead tries to hopefully train that down. But the DPS pressure will not be enough, and if we look at that, if we look actually at this map, it's the home node picked up here, and Lorena, even though she tries to get Sari down here, it's not going to matter, because it's both side nodes are under control here for the blue team, because Draco just managed to pick that up in time. And now the stalled Skyhammer fight might be very deciding. Honestly, this is, for both teams, this is an awkward position to be in. But if Ginger adds into that, who knows? Because with that Condi pressure, he could really fuck over Thief if he's not careful. And now the Renegade will drop down. Okami is coming in, but I'm sure this is quite a suicidal move here, as he won't be able to contest that for much longer. And that means that as soon as he will drop down, I still have this camera spectate bug. That blue team will manage to basically get this game. But Brenno, he actually won his 1v1, and the decap coming out. Who knows? If they can really stall this Skyhammer, this would be great. But we saw it. Blue team, they just needed to focus on this. They have such a good point lead that they've built overall by, for example, having these moves like moving to side whenever they sort of lost the sort of team fight here. And now Crayola, he won't be able to counter cleave that, as Okami is going for the rescue onto Brenner. However, now Drago is coming in. Okami attempting the CC, but blue team, if we look at that, it's this right here, the mid node, it's their win condition, and that means Sari holding onto that will pretty much win them the game. Rampage coming out here, trying to pressure that Renegade, and the problem is at this big of a point lead, they really need to contest everything, and contesting everything means you can easily be outnumbered and therefore punished. And as we saw here, they needed to spread onto every node, and multiple people roaming into that means they can't be punished. And with that, blue team will actually take this guy. And yikes, my English fucking perfect. Who?
Yes.
But either way, so anyway, great match after all, and thanks for the follows coming in as well. I wasn't quite able to cover everything of that, but I know people like to have their names read out, like Kiva or Bone Herva or Silmore. Welcome everyone to the stream here. Yeah, and thanks for actually 66 viewers. So many people actually holding on and watching these fights. So thanks and welcome everybody. Now we technically have more than 10 players. We could fill another team, but as you can maybe hear, my voice is kind of hurt after all. Yeah, and some people seem done. It's Sunday after all. Some people have real life jobs.
What?
Yeah, maybe not you, Okami. Yeah.
I mean, if people want to keep playing, they can. But
if you want to keep playing, I mean, we could technically make this the last match of the day. We technically have enough people. Maybe there are some people in Twitch chat who want to get involved. This is a weekly event that we from Arena Labs host here. We also host a podcast, and we have a YouTube channel where we upload VODs of our Twitch streams, just neatly cut with all the unnecessary downtime that we have right now, for example. So people, if you'd like to get another game, a last game for this evening, join the teams, and let's hope that we get enough players. I'll just quickly post Discord link for the Inhouse. What?
Free to join? Question mark.
Yeah, free to join, definitely, because we.
Yo, Illy.
Yes, Phoenix.
Let me ask you something before I go to sleep.
Okay, what is it?
Can you ask Lori to stop fucking ignoring me because it's pissing me off?
Your relationship
really
is
pissing me
not
off.
my problem. Have fun.
Oh my god, dude, I can't. I don't have.
Go!
Or go to sleep, honestly. Stay healthy and everything. So in the Discord you will see we have arena passwords. Oops, sorry. What were you saying? Oh yes. Okay, we hear speakers obviously, but yeah, if you'd like to join.
I'll just mute them.
Yeah, don't worry. As it's probably quite annoying to hear everything commentated delayed. If we could get another match and get enough people in here. So we got this Discord basically there. You'd find the arena passwords and everything. It's just basically mandatory to be here in the call so that we can coordinate these matches kind of well and say, well, okay, maybe that looks a bit too stacked. Maybe someone can swap classes and all of that. But yeah, if anyone would still want to join, that would be amazing. Good. We're coming close to the last match of our day and of our stream here. So far, I'm super happy about all the views and yeah, that people are pretty much interested in our PvP content here because we try to basically give sort of an alternative to ranked play or AT essentially, just for quality play, but maybe without sort of the quality. You mean Berserker Berserk core elementalists? That's some fucking good meme shit here.
Engineers?
You want to pull out your core NG right now?
No. Look at me, then you see what I'm pulling out.
Have fun.
Yeah. I need another loss in my history.
But hey, more people coming back. And hopefully we can fill this team up. Maybe Jinjikus for one little more game. Because honestly, we just need one more player and would have a neat little nice last match. And what the fuck? Yep. This was YouTube autoplay. I definitely did not intend to get that going. And honestly, I'm not afraid. Maybe
Really?
just a part of the
You should go
stream will
one
get
match,
muted.
dude. You should do
I should
match.
play one.
Yeah.
So you want to commentate or?
No, you just go.
Oh, we actually got Cheatsy joining though. Cheatsy could be fun if Garkus could maybe reroll, because Double Thief would be kind of meh, but that could be fun because
Garkus, you can play.
this guy has. I mean, I don't know, but he's pretty well-known 1v1er from back in the day when 1v1 servers were actually populated, right?
Yeah, I don't want to face cheats.
Hmm? Why not? Sword, pistol, and dagger is so much fun. You don't know. But yeah, I assume rerolls coming out here. Alright, but then you can, as long as the arena isn't like fully filled with 25 players, it's fine to join and spectate here as well. Also, in the Discord, you technically hear my voice, my comments. Just mute yourself during the cast, essentially. But if we, for example, have too many contesting players, yeah, we'd definitely like you to leave the arena to just have these in who actually want to play. Because we're hosting this out on Twitch. Yeah, if we get one more player, that would be so huge. I really don't feel like playing, honestly. I'm too tired already. But I'm willing to commentate as usual.
Press is in.
Oh, beautiful Ginger joining in, saving the day.
I can go beef on blue if you want. If you don't want to play.
Ghost of Crayola.
No.
Okay,
Maybe this will get muted in the VOD later on for the last match. But I've been jamming out to this particular band for like pretty much the entire day. Oops, where is it? Nurture. So my music recommendation of the day for any people who like metalcore, just some more weirder, harder shit. Thornhill, great fucking band from Australia. Discovered them recently. I know it's super off topic, but you'll hear it in the background probably. So yeah, honestly, the teams can now join into their channels down there. The team channels, some people have already joined, so you can sort of coordinate a little bit better and everything, and not be bothered. And then we'll cover all the builds. Maybe they can reroll as well and all that. But yeah, I just look 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5. Anyone missing? Yeah, Brenner for blue team as well. And that means each team is in their chat now. So let's look over what everyone is playing in here. Pepper Jam, any Pepper Jam in the chat? Nah. So let's get the memes away and actually cover this properly. As Zedder, the dragon, is pulling out a Sage Brand. Akami goes for, well, okay, Nate's Hollysmith, just with the rifle, which is an interesting twist on it. We still see the Power Renegade being picked here over like a normal Power Ref. Didov actually joined our team here. He's picking up Deadly Arts on Thief as well as Shadow Portal. Great skill for has huge rotational value. And then we still see yet another Heal Breaker, which offers some great peel. Now another interesting pick right here is the Seidner Druid, which really focuses on decaps and getting the Urmob off here. Brenner is still on his Condition Berserker, which, well, is also a side note. And then now we see Reaper joining in. Reaper Tempestu is something quite nice, so they probably coordinate that. And then Dra is running a Condition Chronomancer, and it looks like they're pushing onto far even without stealth. Bold, Steep, no fear. And let's see what's happening. So the camera block is still there, so let's see how Dra opens here. Sorry, not Dra, but Ginger, as technically they could easily focus him down. Now Garkus is being pressured. Gravity Well here coming out for the peel, and some decent conditions floating here into Akami as he's being pressured now. Forced into Elixir. Sorry, not Elixir, but the Tornado. He tries to get some CC in return, but the Spellbreaker, I doubt that he will have enough peel for him. Some heals coming out, but the Battle Standard is still available. Will be cast, but Ginger already aware of that, interrupting that. And with that, pretty much deciding the team fight almost, as now the Lich is being pulled here from the blue team. And with that, they're trying to focus down the Sage Brand, who has some decent pressure, but he runs out of cooldowns fast, and that means he cannot offer the same amount of support, for example. So with that, blue team will now pick up both side nodes, and DDuff actually tries to 1v1 here into Breno. He's fairly confident, honestly, and with that the decamp comes out. That's all you want, pretty much. And with that, blue team sort of loses their kind of decent lead, but more kills coming out, and with that we hopefully see a snowball coming out from the blue team soon, as they're pushing with a numbers advantage into middle. Ginger trying yet another gravity well here, but doesn't really catch anything. However, the Reaper, he drops very, very low. As soon as he drops out of Shroud, he needs some heals. And Garkos, he was back there capping, so he wasn't directly there to support, but everything went fine. And now blue team, they have a numbers advantage. They just want to get this capped, essentially. Now, there was a kill coming out here onto Breno, as both Thief and Revenant were there to 2v1 that. So overall, good state blue team is in, but since Breno died, they technically... Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm mixing up things, but that should not matter too much right now, as we're still spectating onto the Reaper here. And there's a sort of odd 1v1 taking place for Breno here into the Renegade, which is not usually such a traditional dueling build. Now let's see what's happening here, as Okami is going for the stomp onto the Reaper. However, he was rest by the rest glyph here, so Garkos did a great job there. He went for the water glyph to get him, pretty much get him back to 100% health. And now the tornado is being pulled just to keep the node in their favor, as DDuff is trying to contest that here. Now, after all, since they're actually some burst dropping out on the Garkos, he's forced into his mist form. And if he can sustain it quickly again, the heal breaker and DDuff will pick that kill up, as the Reaper was already being picked off. And that means there's not enough DPS pressure, essentially, on top of the Tempest, so no one is punished for hitting the support. Because the support, he cannot retaliate with anything, he can just sort of sustain. And that not enough in a 1v2 scenario. So now there's a 1v1 taking place, and DDuff, great rotation, picking up that offensive buff. Yeah, and here we just see the benefit of a Thief comp into a no Thief comp. So this is probably going to make a huge difference, as he can easily pick these buffs up, or even do something crazy like contest the Far Node. He's just very, very mobile. And question is, yeah, here we saw what's happened. He matches the side node by placing down his shadow portal and straight up leaving. If he sees Breno pop up in the middle, he takes it, decaps him, so he pretty much contests him without ever interacting with him. And now he's back here in middle. He saw Breno coming in, boom, exactly what we talked about. Now let's look back at the team fight, because this is the real importance. The Reaper is trying to train down something here, but Retty manages to disengage. Now blue team will pick up this node again, and since Ginger is on close, not contested at all, blue team will soon pick up 2 nodes, and that means quite significant advantage. And now with the Firebrand going down, this might be pretty big. Now, was there a battle standard? No, it doesn't seem like it's available right now. The Spellbreaker attempted the hand rest here, but I doubt it will be enough. And that means blue team, they could technically snowball this quite well. Mid was, however, neutralized, and now DDuff is trying to pressure Ginger here, but both of them look fairly healthy, and he actually was interrupted, attempted to get this buff here. Always an awkward fight, but now he will probably reset his Phantasmal Mage with that again. Now let's look away from the 1v1, and also thanks for the follow coming in, because blue team will now pick that mid node up for free and will shift their attention back to their home node. We still have a bugged camera, by the way, so I'm sort of limited, but DDuff with a favorable matchup will now pick that up and bleed him out, bleed Ginger out here, so that's really big, because it just delays him for sort of a while. However, he decides to drop him to a fairly decent level, just so that he doesn't go for his self-res here. Now, we currently see Breno in a numbered situation for quite a bit, but now with Garkos roaming in, for instance, that might help. But the support itself is quite pressured. Heal coming out, and he's already sort of looking to, well, just not get pressured as much, because he has his glyph available. And he can turn that team fight easily with that glyph, as long as he's not the one being pressured out. And now Okami is dropping fairly low. He's running a rifle instead of sword shield. That means he has less defenses available. Reaper roaming in, but we see blue team, they really commit hard and struggle with their home load, while red team picked up both mid and far. Ginger fortunately contesting into that, but they really came back points-wise from that, and now blue team spreads out again. And they only really get value from spreading out if they have map pressure and sort of can stall fights. Right now, if they pretty much spread out, they don't get a lot from it, because red team, they own close, they own far, essentially, or they owned their home node. So, yeah, Breno dropping fairly low, but he's still surviving. Such a mad lad with something as odd as Conde Berserker. But here's the support and powering to him right now. That I feel like Breno is more like he can sustain himself still good enough. I feel like the Reap is way more he's way more vulnerable, and that's why he demands pretty much his support. And if they're split, this is quite kind of bad for them. Now DDF is holding onto his node here, but the Decap Druid doing a great job here at recovering middle. Breno is still looking pressured into that Sage brand, so now it looks like a really odd spot for blue team, which probably puts them in a disadvantage. And DDF directly going back here, attempting a decap. And let's look if he just drops the Shadow Portal, for instance. It's on cooldown, sadly. But Mesmer is one of these fights you can take, so overall, a really interesting and aggressive player, since he's not afraid of taking 1v1s. He also spec'd into Deadly Arts, which could allow him here a double glop, and with that, he has to respect his steal that's now coming up, and Philip, he just got a decap just like that, but Conde pressure coming out from Ginger here is very nice, but double glop is there, and he could just leave the prepare a Shadow Portal, and then roam into middle, because middle right now looks kind of spicy as there's just a Druid and a Reaper, and the Reaper itself can be punishable quite easily, especially now that he's out of cooldown. So now the Power Renegade will come into here as well, and maybe Felif will stop 1v1ing and just out-rotate, but he looks like a confident player, and red team, suddenly, they really come back from this nicely, honestly, because they can keep Garkos and Breno sort of stalled. Felif picks up these buffs, we just see the great execution of Thief, essentially. Now, Felif even picked up the node itself, so this is quite surprising, but let's look at what's happening here in the mid node as the Reaper is pressured yet again. But now, this time, Garkos is actually there to resustain him. However, Felif attempts the pressure here, and most likely he has a Shadow Portal almost repaired. Sadly not, but still. He probably needed that as a stun break. But still, the Reaper is dropping very low, down to 4% HP. Question is if Garkos has a glyph to counter that. He's casting it, but DDF with the steal and glyph interrupt. There was no mist form for Garkos at the moment to pretty much cover that and get an invulnerable glyph off. Instead, he used his invulnerability to get invulnerability on his water overload for some sustain, but Hydra Dragon red team is just training people down one by one. This is a big investment though, and we actually see the downside of this investment by having Breno pick up his home node and Ginger contesting the far node, picking that up completely. But the good thing is that red team is in a numbers advantage because of these kills, and that means they can pretty much spread out. But if blue team is able to still hover around that, like Breno did here by roaming into the mid, blue team, they take back in points, and with both sides picked up, that's great. If they can just monkey around middle and just be present there, they will get a lead. So he's quite big now. Breno, he doesn't see the Thief right now at the moment. Now he sees it, so that's why he first hovered sort of around close, but now that he got the info, nope, he's not threatened of a decap. He can try and continue to contest middle here, which is almost picked up for the red team. Sagebrand delivers a lot of no pressure here, and now Garkos is there to contest for 1 second. Decap Druid coming in as well, and it's 1 tick away for the red team. This looks very close, because as soon as red team would pick this up, I'm sure that blue team would sort of spread differently. Because they do not want to have this team fight going on forever. Now, I think the Reaper actually went for the buff, which is odd. And you really want this Reaper to be here in this team fight. He has Lich and so many crucial skills and DPS pressure and Corrupt and whatnot available. They really need this. However, some projectile defense possibly coming out, or the Lich is just in general being pressured enough with blinds and everything. Also, we saw the Firebrand go into F3, which could offer some reflect. Now, there was good resustain coming in here through both Sagebrand and Cash, who's rocking the Mender Tactics Shout Spellbreaker, which has, in my opinion, like great support potential. It's a great all-round spec, and I'm sure we will see more of that in the future. Now, Failef still attempting to get a 1v1 into Ginger, although he could pretty much plus this, and if he'd get pressure in onto someone like Garkas or get a pick onto the Reaper, he could have so much more value other than, for example, dueling Dra, but Ginger again. But Ginger would have huge value in teamfights because of a Gravity Wall combo. But let's look actually back into the teamfight, because Red team still owned that node. However, it's not looking too healthy, and Breno looks fairly pressured here, as well as the Reaper. And the question is if Garkus can honestly resustain that. Ginger went down in the 1v1 scenario as well, and now the Druid pretty much roamed out of there because they were like, come on, we can't really get a decap here in this scenario, so I might as well spread out and hope that my team can sustain this. I'm in comms with them. They can tell me if I should go back. Now, Ginger will be bled out, but at least the 1v1 will be held on to for longer. And if blue team manages to hold both side nodes, they win. They win because the points so far are super even, and now Garkas attempts the tornado here directly before the down was created because they really want these kills. They want the decaps, because if we look at the Spellbreaker, but Firebrand is now contesting that, and Ranger struggles to get the cap there, so they need to get something done elsewhere, which is hopefully the mid. But Cash, honestly, great support coming out from him. And the question really is for blue team, what can we contest? And while they stole all of this out, Failef, sneaky decap, bam. And now we will see red team really benefiting from all of that. Also, huge heal coming out here onto the Renegade, as he was pretty much safe from that there, just with a sliver of health. Now, Ginger is not looking for a different approach here, which is probably good if he lost the 1v1 into Failef, and attempts to roam into the mid. This is the right play if you're a side node and lose your 1v1 matchup sort of consistently. It doesn't matter, like, don't feed, you can be effective elsewhere, and this is what we're seeing here. Now Failef will, after that really huge decap, will pick up the offensive buff, and now with Breno going down here, the Lich will not matter enough, because Garkas, he's not there for the resustain, and I wonder why he even tries to contest the node for so long. Now the Battle Standard, they finished off the kill, and now Fairleft roaming in with the offensive buff and already trying to plus the 1v1, which is probably the right call, because red team, they don't need to spread anymore. They are so close to 500 points. Their win condition is holding onto pretty much one node, whereas blue team has to contest everything, and therefore is easy to outnumber. The concept that I've mentioned so often actually today. Also, nice +1 coming out here from Fairleft, and now Shadow Portal back and focus on the important thing that will win you the game. Yeah. So now Ginger, he tries to sort of hold this 1v3, just contest, but how will you be able to push that great support of this node? Honestly, it's such a big value. It's sort of weird and not really comparable to Tempest, but sort of doing the same. It's just great all round after all. And now this 1v1 taking place here is obviously odd, but I'd say this is pretty much, and now unless there's a decap coming out here, this is the nail in the coffin for red team. But what's actually is, it's the timing, because we actually had a really long game coming out. So after all, I'm happy about this sort of comeback that red team managed to do here. Close game. So also, Subo, thanks for the follow here, and thanks everyone. We have so many viewers. I'm surprised honestly about that. Enjoy the content, guys. Actual gaming, actual PvP. So we still have a good amount of players.
Yeah, we could just keep going without stream as well, by the way.
Well,
then you can play some yourselves.
Honestly, I'm not too interested in playing anymore since I'm sort of tired, but I'm just happy that more and more follows are rolling in. So guys, welcome everyone to the stream. This is a weekly event. We host this every Sunday, starting at 21 o'clock Central European time. And damn, 70 viewers is quite a big number, honestly. Like getting
Really,
that in one of your first streams.
You have to mention the.
I have to make what?
You have to mention the podcast.
Yep, okay. So now, guys, thanks for the follows, but now the big seller comes. So, let me quickly just search a lot of beautiful things. So, actually, if you guys didn't know, I know you just see my face all the time, which is kind of ugly and everything. I don't care, but this is actually, Arena Labs is a team of some beautiful people. Crayola, he was pretty much the mastermind who had the idea behind all of this, and his fellow colleague Sneakers, a great Brit. They are hosting a podcast related to PvP, interviewing some pro players, some pillars of the community, and just trying to give a nice insight on the game and everything. So now, I'll just link you this on Spotify, the podcast. So it's available on Podbean as well, and we have a YouTube channel where the entire thing is uploaded to, a little bit delayed as well. Now, our YouTube currently is not as active and up to date, but it will soon be. So be sure to check that out. And I'm gonna tease this already. This podcast is released every single Monday. So tomorrow, if you wake up and maybe save that link, you'll have a beautiful, beautiful episode. A very long episode with the winner of the MAT, of this recent MAT. So, which I'm very excited about myself. So, let's see if we can get one more match in here. Guys, it's free for all to join. If we can get 10 players together, that would be possible. And more followers rolling in. Guys, welcome. What else can I say? I can link the YouTube channel as well. Definitely be prepared for something more to happen there soon. Arena Labs PvP, and nope, Arena Labs Guild Wars 2. Perfect. So there you can just see some of our VODs as well as the podcast. So Twitch chat, where are you? Big sellout. Yeah. What else can I say? Also, yeah, more sellout since we have some downtime anyway. Haldin is hosting a tournament with the Delusion Elitists, and this tournament is excluding people who have won monthly tournaments in the past. So this is pretty much aimed for teams that have freshly formed and don't want to get stomped and want a good amount of competition without having super experienced teams that have such a lead on them. So it's pretty much the maybe we see some uprising stars in there. Maybe future contestants for future MITs there. So on our Discord, which we use to coordinate all of these matches essentially, or like where we are right now at the moment together, to basically say, oh yeah, let's create these teams this and that way. And this is pretty much only for these who want to participate, but also, I mean, a lot of you are probably interested in playing PvP yourself. Yeah, there you will find a link to Haldin's tournament. Other news, I mean, we will definitely basically want to connect and host a platform pretty much for others. So if you're, for example, hosting a tournament, in case anyone has some obscure plans, hit us up. We're all on that Discord and everything. We have our names flying around somewhere. Maybe even DM me or something. Yeah, we would definitely we would definitely give some publicity to it and some interested players, since people really use these to practice. But I don't think yeah, we have enough players for this, sadly. So huge sellout at the end.
I can't be enough players for like 6.
Yeah. Hi Ginger. Thanks buddy for joining in I'm sorry for confounding you all the time with Dra as well. I don't know, since he's so burnt into my head with that Conic Chronomancer build. And yeah, thanks for following.
Fuck.
Oh. 2v2 with thieves. Yeah. Yes.
If I rewatch this, I really hope you had the moment when I first see Brendo on cam.
Not really, buddy. Same. I mean, it's really hard to catch everything, especially I try to basically give a bridge between what's happening right now, the action right in the moment, but also explaining broader concepts of PvP that might not be as familiar.
Because what happened, you know, you saw my build. So basically, what happened was
quickly
I hit Breno with tornado like 2 or 3 times. Come out of tornado, he was on like 30%, hitting the rifle 4, hitting the 3, and then instantly going into Hollow Forge, hitting the 5 until before he can stand up and kill him.
Sounds great. Also, there was a question: what do you have to do to enter these in-houses? So basically, join the server, be present in our arena. You'll find all the necessary information there. But it's somewhat aimed. Like, the good thing is that we don't have a set entry level, but you should definitely be familiar with roles and your build to a decent mechanical level, because you will face very, very high rated players in here, and we don't want stomps to happen or like super unexperienced players. But just be familiar with your role, and honestly this could be a great chance to improve, because here you see a lot of correct play that you might not see in Ranked, and it's definitely a very weird and different experience. It's not like AT, it's not like Ranked, it's somewhere in between, and for some people a really nice sweet spot. And I feel sorry for leaving with 60 viewers, but
and if you're not familiar with roles and everything, check out the real nice podcast of Crayola and Sneaks. They load up a real good shit, and please
also,
guys,
he mentioned it.
It will be worth.
All I see is part 2 again.
I can tell you 100%. I stand behind this with my name.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, whatever. Also, all I see is Plat 2. Yeah, Plat 2 is sort of the entry level we set here. And honestly, if people want to join and learn and practice, go ahead. Maybe we provide some content. Yeah, because honestly, like in-houses, for example, if we look at Hellsef's in-houses, I mean, okay, sometimes it's often show off, but it's also very, very elitistic, or however you want to call it. Getting the entry into the competitive scene in Guild Wars has been kind of hard since and we sort of, since there's somewhat of a break or some like a shift, we want to get people more familiar with it and basically offer like some help. It's just mainly a community effort. So to each and every one, like fucking incredible amount of people, honestly, if I think about it. Thanks for joining today. I think we'll finish the stream here. And yeah, this is a weekly thing. Tune in next week, and we currently test and experiment with 1v1s and 2v2s. So be prepared for spontaneous streams on Thursday and maybe Saturdays. Can't be always there, but yeah. So then it's perfect. If you'd want to join, we posted all the necessary links. And yeah, we'll basically have pings and everything, and yeah. We just want to give a platform and an entry into the competitive scene, since we really want to partner with others as well, and maybe make players familiar with each other and give platforms to group up and find teams. Since, I mean, here you definitely find like-minded players to sort of build up a team and practice and participate in tournaments such as the one of Halden or Mota 2, who knows, or even MATs and all of that. But yeah, we definitely want to link around, connect people. And now we've sold out for enough, I'd say, for this day. So I've said it. I think I've said enough, especially with all the thanks and the support, and actually like the sort of reach that we get here. So I'll now close the stream. And with that, goodbye, buddies. And yeah, let's actually see if we can host someone. It's something Don mentioned. Twitch TV. Let's just see our fellow community. Dum. Also, wait, we have auto hosts. So, but let's see, who could we bless with a few players? Any PvP? Do I see any PvP here? No fractals.
Host someone that like got one view doing doing open world leveling.
I'm still searching for a nice streamer. German and roleplay as tax, but then as PvP dailies. Nope.
Kinda sad if you do that because the people will instantly bleed away.
Yeah, so let's look. This guy, dip, and we do. Oh, thanks Archie. We do /host. Bam. We should host that. Bam. So then, thanks.